Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to HeroesCCL presented by Wisdom. We are getting ready for our final gauntlet matchup. It's going to be Diamond Hands going up against Chili Mountain in this best-of-5 series to determine who will be going to the double elimination bracket and who will be going home in 5th place. My name is Bahamut, joined by Justin and Grubby. And Grubby, you know, your shirt is perfectly colored for this fact. Did you know that blue sharks are blue?
They might be just because of how deep underwater they are, right? It changes the color, but when you color correct them, are they? No?
No, it's one of those things that are like, fun fact, blue sharks are they're blue. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. So, there you go. Also, as you go deeper into the water when you're scuba diving, did you know that your blood changes color because of the oxygen as well as the light that comes down?
No, I've never bled that deep.
Yeah, when I got certified, the diving instructor cut his hand and he was showing me that his hand, like,
no,
his blood was green. I'm dead serious. You can look it up. Like, as you go deeper into the ocean, your blood changes color based on the oxygen as well as the amount of light that is diffused from the top surface. So around like 35 feet, it's like green.
Your instructor was just an alien, was just like pranking you. He was like, oh,
that would also make me very nervous because the same things happened to my dad. So maybe there's a conspiracy in this.
He's also an alien?
Well, I mean, he did escape from Ceausescu's, reign of terror in Romania. So in a little sense, yeah, kind of, sort of. But we're getting ready for this series here. I'm super excited about this one. The last series we had was beautiful. Like, it was such a great series, and we're about to get into this one. So before we start jumping into everything that is Diamond Hands versus Chili Mountain, I need to remind all of you that it's up to you to get the best picks for the winning team live as you're watching on cclmarkets.com. It's free. If you pick wrong, you can sell your shares and buy the other team before the match is over. CCL markets trade from 0 to 100, with shares of the winning team valuing at 100 and shares of the losing team expiring at 0. There's tons of prizes this season, so join and play during every HeroesCCL broadcast. So let's go ahead and start talking about more birds. No, I'm just kidding. I believe we can talk about Diamond Hands' roster here, Grubby. Let's take a look at their roster.
Caesar salad heavy, yeah boy! AKA Fancy Pants, Nintori, Rutso, and Kelsier. We haven't seen a whole lot of Kelsier, but we've seen a lot of yeah boy. Caesar Salad, great on the tank. We have Rutso, who has joined up, and he is actually our only resident Zarya player in the CCL. Let's see if that's going to be one of the picks that Diamond Hands will be running here in this very important match to decide who goes to the top 4 playoffs. Exciting.
Exciting stuff indeed. And of course, Justin, let's get you to break down Chili Mountain. We may have seen them just now, but still, let's talk about Chili Mountain.
So back for more. They're not done yet after getting that 3-2 victory. We've got Banana H playing the healer, having some great plays on the Stukov against the Sergeant Hammer. We have Dequaza, who was doing just a great job on pretty much everything in the last series. We had Make playing weird things like the Genji sometimes in the first game. Masquerade, the solid tank for the team, playing aggressive Muradin. Ultralisk and Skog, the 6th member, swapped out with Make. It's just a very strong roster, a strong EU-based roster here for Chili Mountain. So we've got a bit of Baja's favorite storyline of the NA versus EU to see who gets the 4th place.
Yeah, my favorite storyline that's never been just overused at all, NA versus EU, but I do think that there is something to talk about when it is these two teams. These are some titans of players as we're getting ready for map number 1 in this final best of 5. The music feels very perfect. It's very foreboding, I think is the right word. It's it's ominous. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I really want to know we know exactly where we're gonna go. I was about to say I want to know where we're going to for map number 1. Let's go ahead and get everyone at home caught up as to what the bands and everything looks like, because Chili Mountain opting for first pick priority in map number 1, banning out Dragonshire. Diamond Hands banning out Alterac Pass. Diamond Hands will be choosing to take us to Sky Temple for map number 1. Justin, this is a very, very... I wouldn't say very, very difficult, but this is a pretty difficult map to play because you can get out macroed or you can just get out team fought. There's many ways to play this map, but the macro seems kind of like the better direction to go.
Yeah, at its core, Sky Temple is one of the most macro-focused maps, and it's a map that once you get your advantage, as long as you do not allow the enemy to coin flip on the boss, it's very easy to maintain an advantage. So falling behind early can have a lot more consequences here than it does on other maps. And Diamond Hands was a team that we've seen previously having some of the best macro out of any of the teams in the whole league. So we'll see if they're able to have that again here today. Chili Mountain did look quite good on the big maps with things like the Genji. So we'll see if they're able to play it and kind of get the same amount of value that they got up against Storm. But haven't seen any Diamond Hands in a while. I'm excited to see what they've got for us.
Yeah, Diamond Hands, they've been waiting. They've been watching the monsters that have been created within the Gauntlet, and we are they were able to kind of just wait, watch, and see what the drafts and everything look like. So I wonder if Diamond Hands has any sort of idea of what they want to do, or like how they want to counteract Chili Mountain, whether it be target Masquerade's tank pool, is it targeting School a little bit in the solo lane? Is it maybe shutting down Banana on some of these really strong healers? I say all these things, Grubby, and it just feels like it's not a possible thing, because all those players I just mentioned have, I'm sure, a deep reservoir of different heroes that they can pull from, even if they get triple banned out.
Yeah, double wins on Genji in the last series.
Yeah.
Played by two different players. That's something that can be considered going up against Chili Mountain now, but Diamond Hands is a different team. They're really solid on the macro. They do good 5-man team fights as well. Overall, they're just a good team, which is why they were 4th in the placement. And I think they can rely on their own strength as well, rather than just falling to a stressful frenzy after overstudying their opponent. I remember this from my competitive days sometimes. Like, if you're generally just confident, watching your opponent a lot and trying to hard study and trying to think about every little thing, like what if this, you can psych yourself out. But there's something to be said for just watching, shooting the shit, joking around with the boys on comms and being like, yeah, you know, we can look for this. But don't psych yourself out and just prepare what you prepared. And Diamond Hands, they do a lot of preparation from what I can tell when you see their draft.
Interesting. Early ban onto Falstead, Justin. I guess Chili Mountain does have a good Falstead player, but it's a little surprising to see that so early on as a ban.
Yeah, it seems like they probably have a very rigid strategy prepared for Chili Mountain. They got to see a full 5 games of them, so they should have a very good idea of what Chili Mountain wants to draft. And based on kind of that predictability, Diamond Hands coming in with the element of surprise here, being able to kind of expect things from Chili Mountain, whereas Diamond Hands, we don't have any idea what they've been practicing, what they've been playing. So the first game they should be able to get some kind of a draft edge just with that information advantage, and they should be drafting somewhat preemptively to counter what Chili Mountain is likely to pick after seeing those last 5 games.
I do like the Sylvanas and the Dahaka for Sky Temple here. The global factor for Dahaka is huge. There's a lot of really good brushes for him to find flank moments, or even just to be able to maneuver around the map. And then Sylvanas, I mean, we all know her, we all love her. She just makes any push even more amplified, Grubby.
Yeah, exactly. She enables a whole team to just be a macro team, basically. Sylvanas. As Chili Mountain goes with their next 2 picks, I can see you can no longer resist the blob dance. I have to give into it.
It's almost like every single time we get to like this point in the draft, the music kicks up and I'm just like, oh yeah, it's ban phase times.
Genji comes in.
Yeah, please, Grubby.
Yeah, go ahead, Justin. No, Bahamut, you go ahead. No, you.
But I'll go ahead. The Hoggermerd and Genji, super dive focus from Chili Mountain, kind of what we've come to expect from them. We'll see if Diamond Hands has something defensive to pick to kind of stop that in its tracks. They do ban away the Sergeant Hammer, so Diamond Hands not showing a lot of comfort on that, most likely, because it wouldn't be a bad pick for them into the dive that Chili Mountain has drafted. It's very difficult to dive a Sergeant Hammer, so most likely Diamond Hands just doesn't play it at all. So that's kind of some information that Chili Mountain can gather here. But Chili Mountain playing kind of standard to what has won them the last series with the Hoggermerd and Genji, just a ton of CC and just a ton of dive and damage.
Ooh. Oh. I actually love this. Flexing with your tank at the end and you get a Stuk off here, Grubby. This is great.
Yeah, Thrall's a good tank killer, but as a Thrall player, I generally find Murden a little bit harder to fall under that category. I'd much rather go into a Diablo with Murden, with Thrall, than into a Murden because of all the attack speed slows and the multitude of damage he does with Skullcracker. Uther is going to come out as the healer.
It's a
Oh.
deny pick because they saved their last pick for the tank, so I think it was the flex into the Uther Devil support with the Stukov. Diamond Hands is the team that did that in their last game of their last regular game series, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
I was wondering because I was trying to figure out why would you leave your flex pick to the tank, and that's pretty much the only reason to do that. But if they were willing to pick that, then they might as well have just picked it then and there, because now they're not against it. They do have the option to go into some spread damage type hero. They go with the Anubarak. I guess not a ton of tank options to really punish an Uther directly. So they do go the Anub. Anub is pretty good into Uther. You have the Cocoon, which shuts down pretty much his only... he's very combo based on Uther. Uther wants to just save one target at one point in time, and outside of that, his sustain is relatively lacking. So his window of being able to save somebody is relatively predictable. If you cocoon them and you know there's no heal over time, there's no real AoE anything. It's just all single target healing for the most part. So the Anubarak not bad into the Uther. But Diamond Hands, I think, maybe getting a bit caught off guard with that Uther picked up by Chili Mountain. I think that's a good adaptation by Chili Mountain to steal the Uther away, because I'm almost positive that's what Diamond Hands was looking for with their last pick. So well played by Chili Mountain to be able to snag that away, and it also complements their draft extremely well. It's just whether or not Banana will be actually confident in playing it, because it's not really a meta pick right now. But it does work well with the Hogger, the Muradin, the Genji, even the Cassia. Just a ton of dive and aggression. This lends very well to their playstyle so far of creating really split, scary, spread out fights, looking for flanks. But Diamond Hands does have a relatively tanky roster with only the Sylvanas and a lot of people to peel. So they do have a strong tanky meatball. We'll see, death ball. We'll see if they're able to allow themselves to stay together, or if Chili Mountain's going to break up the ball of death that is Diamond Hands.
Oh, I'd love some spaghetti and meatballs, actually, now that you bring that up. Thank you, Justin, for the analysis, as always, as we've got Hebi on the Stukov, Nintori on the Dahaka, yeah, boy, on the Thrall, Caesar Salad on the Anubarak, and Retso on the Sylvanas. Side of Chili Mountain, we've got Make on the Cassia, Banana on the Uther, Masquerade on the Muradin, Skoog on the Hogger, and Ultralisk on the Genji. I don't know, Grubby. Like, I wrote down Diamond Hands. I'm not like 100% sold on the Uther for the solo heal. I feel like Diamond Hands could really like shred through what he could bring to the table, as well as Hebi with the lurking arm would be a great way to shut down the Uther potential. We will see reactive ballista spores as well for Hebi, which I think is a great pickup as well, just to be able to have the burst protection from the enemy that does want to kind of lock someone down. I do think that Diamond Hands can take this. I think there will be some really, really strong moments for Chili Mountain, but I think Diamond Hands will eke out the victory here on Sky Temple. What are you thinking here?
Not about who's winning. I thought how weird it is that Stukov's level 1 talent is called Reactive Ballista Spores, when it used to be reactive when it got triggered when he drops low health, but now it's proactive because you can hit the button. So when Blizzard changed how it works, why didn't they rename it to Proactive Ballista Spores? Weird.
It's the same reason that they named the Hanzo talents backwards. It's to make us go mad at night and lose sleep over these things. Why would you
Hanzo
name
talents?
the heroics? How can you name Dragon Strike the heroic that summons a dragon and doesn't actually get an
Dragon
AoE?
Blade.
Like, I don't like the
Hanzo, sorry, yeah.
Hanzo,
Oh, yeah.
like the Hanzo heroics make no sense to me, like
No,
name-wise.
that's true. That's true.
I will die
It's
on
really
this hill.
confusing.
This is my soapbox.
But
That's
you
it.
agree the arrow is an arrow, though.
Yeah, I agree. The arrow's an arrow.
But the strike is an arrow, too. So they had to
But
make
it's-
a choice. Why not Dragon Pretzel, right? I
Exactly,
know, Mohammed.
exactly. We're on
Hogger.
food topics right now, but Hogger is taking a lot of damage, gets a great spin out of top lane.
Now, in terms of who has the better draft, yeah, I think probably Diamond Hands. I think I'm kind of with you there. I'd say Diamond Hands. And it's not that there's so much poke, like, you know, Chromie Poke, Junkrat, Lunara,
Yeah.
that Uther's healing becomes unsustainable. It's more that there seem to be the reset tools. Oh, brawl. There seem to be
New
reset tools where a second fight can be tough for the Uther team.
Yeah, if cooldowns are expended, I think Diamond Hands can really win out a sustained fight up against Chili Mountain. I absolutely agree with you, and we'll see how that all works out. We do have the biotic armor as well from Hebi at level 4. Thrall is going to be going into the standard Frostwolf pack. He's already at 3 out of 6 stacks. Hero Stalker for the Dahaka at level 1. So we could see the level 7 synergy as well for the cooldown reduction on his W to be able to pair that into the Hero Stalker. We'll see what happens with that. Shed Exoskeleton, pretty standard talents across the board. I'm not seeing anything that really stands out as a lot of damage goes out onto Masquerade. Caesar Salad able to burrow backwards.
Chili Mountain is actually double tapping the lasers for a bit. Genji just took a couple of shots, about 6 or so. I'm gonna check how much damage one shot does.
5. At least 5.
490. That's pretty good for laser.
Wait, Retso! Oh, gets the short distance haunting wave, was knocked up against the garbage that was thrown out by Skoog right here, and I gotta say, Chili Mountain are playing these temple phases pretty well. The Dahaka is regaining mid, but Genji's still poking at the Dahaka, maybe forcing him to utilize his essence as if there are counter, or if there's an enemy, there's a player from each side on these temple points, it actually cancels out and there's no shots to be had at that time. So it's one of those things where Genji kind of staying on this point here does delay things out, allowing top lane to find more value, meaning Chili Mountain can rotate in here and get a few extra shots. These little things make long get value later in the game. Caesar Salad just trying to get away and is able to back away. Heavy's healing on point. I think Caesar had like 70-something HP.
Yeah, very, very little. Now, what you talked about, Ultralis standing on the point, just traipsing on top. You know what that actually did? It conquered the last 2 shots, which also have the final load of 5 shots. 7 times 490 damage is 3,430 times 2, because you take it even as your opponent doesn't take it. So that Ultralis move was worth 6,900 damage into structures.
It's like nearly 2 mules, yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah, that was actually very, it's as little things like that really add up on this map, and I'm bringing up Mule right now. There's no Mule in the game to be able to heal up structures, so permanent damage from these temple phases, albeit maybe 3 to 6,000, is still very, very valuable. Let's see what happens over here as the cleanse from Uther will be utilized onto Masquerade, and Caesar Salad finds an Impale, trying to slow down the rotation into bottom.
Already completed his quest. We have a push here happening with Sylvanas and Nubarak and Stukov. That's a big engage. Ratso is going to E away. Nice peel by Caesar Salad with the burrow charge. Impale. You're safe.
Dahaka's 7.
What?
Dahaka's level 7.
Oh,
he's Gambit. He's Mortgage.
This was the highest win rate for a while, but I'd be very curious, like on ladder, right? I'm very curious to see if it's on purpose. You want to read what it does for people?
Oh, absolutely. Paralyzing enzymes. Drag slows enemies for 40% for 2 seconds after it ends. The Gambit. When drag ends, deal an additional 399 damage to the target over 2 seconds. Every death reduces the damage by 57 up to 5 times. Now, I want to point this out. Paralyzing enzymes, the Gambit, actually scales per level as well. When you get to like level 20, just a singular drag can be like, I think it's like 800 damage or something crazy.
Yeah.
Like with if you don't lose lose your Gambit stacks, like right now it went up by 16 extra damage from level 9 to level 10. So and then you even have the baseline from Dahaka. The drag itself does 237 right now. So you're dealing around you're dealing around
800.
800 like right now you're dealing almost 800.
Yeah, now it's like 600 damage pretty much. Sundering, cleanse,
Divine
shield.
Avatar, Valkyrie. That's 2 heroics for 3.
Yeah.
We did have Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas.
Yeah, that's true. 2 heroics for 3 and cleanse as well. So Chili Mountain having less of an advantage there. They're also losing the temple, but they are getting a bruiser empowered push in top that takes the entire bruiser camp. That may do even more than the laser shots here, and there is still a chance that Chili Mountain takes it back. Genji fighting with Ratso there, Ultralis versus Ratso. That's big time in advantage of Ultralis. Skoog is still hidden. He is going to come bot. He's not been seen. Hogger has not been seen. He's coming in. Genji is spotted, but this is going to be Hogger coming in with the flank. He finds... What does he find?
Gets 1 staggering blow. There's a shockwave onto 3. Dahaka just brought stocks in. There's the stun onto Caesar Salad. Hogger finds a bounce to a safe position as the cocoon goes out into Cassie. A big X-Strike onto a few enemies as the Stormbolt gets a double stun into Caesar Salad. And I believe Nintori, the last few shots out from the side of Chili Mountain into the fort front gate in bottom lane. Nintori looking for a drag right now, has so much... Oh wait, that's a Valkyrie onto the Thrall. Anubrak goes in with the burrow. There's a lurking arm from the Stukov as the Sundering from Thrall to push back the enemy. Masquerade a little bit low. Muskoog has to, hog Wild away. And an engagement that looks good for Diamond Hands when we look at the health bars at the end.
Yeah. And of course, Chili Mountain is always going to need regeneration globes with this composition. 2 globes and they're right as rain. For the rest, Uther, he needs that help with the sustain.
Uh-oh.
Stukov.
Reactive Ballista Spores are going to find the value they're looking for, but the camp will be stolen away by Chili Mountain.
Nice job. Everyone's full again. Siege camp steal. They had their own siege camp in the bottom lane as well. Are they going to empower push with it? Or will they send Genji? It's funny how Hogger stays with the team now, and they're sending Genji to go to the side lane.
That is kind of weird, yeah. It feels like maybe they want the layered CC between Stormbolt, Stun, and Shockwave or something.
Yeah, that's it. And Genji wants to arrive late anyway, because you want people to forget about Genji so that he can go and finish people. Whereas Hogger can be more of that stalwart presence with, like you said, that CC to protect Cassia.
So Genji is going to rotate up to top. Dahaka staying out of the vision. I believe he kind of skirted the edge of the circle right there. Genji getting the agility back into top lane. And it's 13 apiece. We actually have Rudon do a couple of big Sundering splits, Banana and Skoog. Skoog so very low, takes so much damage over time and will fall. Dahaka with the brush talk, lands the isolation, lands the drag. That's Uther dead very quickly. Grubby, if you could you check the recap on Uther? I'm curious if the drag landed and if it shows how much damage it was.
I think it did land, but he was like practically dead.
Oh, he was
so
already dead. Okay, all right.
And the gambit damage only does damage after the drag ends.
You're
But
right.
the drag did 266 and nothing more because he was already dead.
Oh, okay.
He would have received another 466. Which would have been
Ouch.
466 overkill since he's already dead.
So we'll see Dahaka Genji trade. We're seeing structural trades as well. Actually, top lane fort will fall to the bottom lane shots. The boss was also grabbed, which is now threatening onto keep front gate. Make maybe going to be looking for a Valkyrie here. It's actually on a 4-second cooldown now that I take a stock of that one. That's a Shockwave. There's the layered CC I was talking about. Stormbolt into the Shockwave. Probably a stun from Banana. Good kill onto Thrall.
Almost could he get out. He did the triple roots, but he got stunned. Good storm bolting there by Masquerade. They've been really good all throughout today, not just in this series. And with that, Chili Mountain, who I think initially there was quite a big discrepancy in structures, but it's pretty much even right now. Diamond Out's actually with a small lead.
Small lead. The top lane fort is sitting around 1,420 HP. The bottom lane, as I just look on the minimap, seems like it's around like 25% or so, maybe a little bit more than that. So Dahaka, he'll get a couple autos here. Caesar Salad and friends will be able to confirm the keep as the boss lane was cleared. The boss was cleared in bottom lane, and it did get the gate and one of the towers. The other tower sitting around 50%. And our next temple phase, single in the bottom of the map as Murden will be scattered out. He's very far from his allies. I wonder if Chili Mountain can make a play, if Diamond Hands can make a play into this.
There's a cleanse. Where's the drag tongue? Where's the drag tongue? Does he still have it?
Right,
yeah.
Yep.
Look at that. Yep. Poison, by the way.
Wow.
Yep. That might be a drag tongue kill.
Anubrak is zoning back Ultralist. It's a 16 talent here. What does Diamond Hands do with this 30-second advantage? Is it just double camp and prep for objective and bottom? It seems like it.
0 overkill on the drag, by the way.
Oh.
From the poison damage.
So
like
it was like
it
perfect.
It does 126 damage
Okay.
per half second. That's how it works. It says 525 over 2, but that actually was 126 per half second. I see one tick of it, second tick, and the third tick is 126. 0 overkill. He needed exactly that many gambit stacks to kill Uther. If he had died once in this game, it would not have been enough.
I like that. I like that math. what I also like is seeing that Chili Mountain has nearly all their heroics up. Diamond Hands are about to get theirs back up, and Chili Mountain is going to try and make a play into this as the shots from shots from bottom lane will be coming out. Dahaka on the point, but here comes Chili Mountain fighting. Even talent here, all the heroics, actually only the Sundering's used. There's the Shockwave, Valkyrie as well, no Wailing Arrow. Isolation was onto Muradin right now as we see Nintori putting pressure onto Muradin, who does pop the Avatar. Cocoon from the Nubrak will expire as Skoog is able to bounce away. We've still got a large chunk of the objective available as all of Diamond Hands taps well.
The shield on Cassia didn't feel like it was coming, so he did step back during that. Generally, you want to step up with the shield. Caesar Salad is left without Burrow Charge. He takes the Benediction, double Hammer of Justice. That's a kill. Nice job by Chili Mountain getting the Anubarak. And meanwhile, they are dropping low. I feel like Diamond Hand still has battle appetite. Look at how much damage Sylvanas is doing from afar with that level 13 bonus auto attack range, remorseless. He has poured on damage. Banana H now unable to give his team enough sustain to feel brave. Nonetheless, it's Chili Mountain that stands on the point, gets the laser charges. Diamond Hands is looking for an opportunity. Yo, did they see each other?
I don't know if Hebi was seen right there with the angle on the terrain. I'm not 100%, but we did see Nintori just trying to find an angle on a tongue, but decides not to go for that drag, and this will be the temple given over to the side of Chili Mountain. I would have liked to see Diamond Hands say, okay, Anubrek's dead, let's just go double soak, and they stuck around in bottom lane looking for a potential kill, which could have been a staggered death. So I would have liked to see Diamond Hands immediately rush, go clear lanes, try and get to 20 a little bit faster. But either way, that's not the case right now. Shots are over. We have keeps available for both sides. A little more slight structural advantage, I believe, for Diamond Hands, as they still have a little bit in bottom lane in their favor. Actually, no, the keep did take a bit of damage on the top lane, though.
Gambit talent was at stake. A Gambit stack was at stake.
Is this too far forward? Oh, no, Nubrak doesn't land. Okay. If a Nubrak landed that burrow, that would have been like, oh my god, Chili Mountain, you're way too far out in the lane.
Oh!
Wait, Valkyrie, Divine Shield, Sundering. There's going to be a Shockwave as well. A lot of damage into Dahaka, who is going to be dropping down very low. Cleanse on Dahogger. That's it.
That was a really cool drag tongue. He's like, there must be someone here. Nice instincts by Nintori. Double tempo face is going to be next, Bahamut. No matter what, someone's going to lose buildings.
Someone's going to be losing. I could also see a world where one of these teams gets a massive multi-kill and is able to get both of the temples. Diamond Hands is not showing on map. I think Caesar Salad might have shown in the rotation down to this camp. Masquerade Ultralisk will see the invade onto the Siege Giants. Dahaka still in the top lane, has the Brush Stock available. 30 seconds on the top and mid shrine to awaken.
I like that stepping up by Diamond Hands. They just make that camp last another 6-7 seconds longer, which gives Dahaka more quality time with the double bruiser camp up top, making his easily beat out the other. And now, there's more bottom lane looking by both teams, which allows Dahaka to take top temple, and then burrow mid anytime he wants to with the level 20 advantage. What are the level 20s? Diamond Hands has reached it. It's a Nubarak with, of course, Rewind, we see Double Blink, we see Contagion, and when push comes to shove.
When push comes to shove, so you have the cooldown reduction. I believe if you push someone's like X% or something like that. Oh no, it's if you shove them for more than 1.25 seconds, the cooldown is reduced by 15, and the baseline cooldown is 20. So you'll have a 5-second cooldown if you shove someone for 1.25 seconds. Top temple getting shots on the top lane keep. Mid temple getting shots onto the Diamond Hand side mid lane keep, and actually. No, it's Diamond Hands with the double temple phase, getting shots to top and mid. This is big for Diamond Hands with the 20 talent tier, but that 20 talent tier just now achieved by Chili Mountain. They have to step in. Unfortunately, they can't. I just looked at the temple phasing, and it's just now over. Huge, huge play for Diamond Hands here in this double temple phase, getting almost 2 keeps. I would say significant damage onto these 2 keeps.
Yeah, all came down to that level difference, that 1 kill perhaps that Diamond Hands has, or maybe like 1 or 2 more waves from Dahaka. Led to massive results. Now, no structures are down.
Oh,
They're
no.
low.
Drag isolation missed on Masquerade, who is standing still. Unfortunately, it's not something you expect to see from Nintori on the Dahaka, as Caesar Salad has to use the Rewind as a disengage tool. It's a 60-second cooldown, if I'm not mistaken, on Rewind. Muradin does have a Rewind of his own. I'm actually going to check. Oh, wait, that's a drag onto Birdie. He gets cleansed. Cocoon.
He has D-shield. Will he use it for self? No, he can't if there's an arm. Huh? No
if
arm.
there's a
I guess he
wailing.
didn't have arm yet.
That's a Valkyrie. Where's the wailing arrow from Rutso? I'm waiting to see. It's ready to go, but he's not going to pop it just yet. I thought there was a couple moments where it would have been necessary, but that shows that Rutso has the acuteness to kind of just know exactly, all right, I don't need to pop this just yet. It's a 90-second cooldown. I will hold until the necessary moment.
Cute Rutso holding his wailing arrow. Very exciting moment here because it's going to be double Tampa once again.
Yeah.
Top and mid.
Ooh, drag!
Oh, Make!
Another cleanse. Make, though, gets a Divine Shield. There's going to be continued damage in this fight. Hogger gets a spin out. That's an X-Strike. Not on a full reset. Caesar Salad has to burrow away really quickly. He doesn't have Rewind because he just used it, and he will be going down. Massive shove onto Masquerade, but still the Anub'arak falls. 60-second death timer. That's huge for Chili Mountain. Do they boss off of this?
If you boss, you give up most of temples. It's risky. How about more kills? There's a Sundering. Nintori loses a Gambit stack.
Valkyrie. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's
3 kills.
Three huge kills, yeah.
That's pretty rotten how that went for Diamond Hands, because they
I
had
agree.
Cassia Maka standing still next to a bush where Dahaka was. Felt like a free kill. Diamond Hands went for it. And Uther, he clock blocked that once with a cleanse and then a D-shield, which allowed Cassia to survive. Then they turn around with a double benediction stun on Anub'arak, and he ended up falling in the aftermath of that. He could not get away. That was all Uther, man. Like, all 3 of those moments, cleanse, D-shield, double stun, no other healer would have done it quite like that. And it allowed Maka to stand there and get dragged, and just for it to turn against Diamond Hands. Now, that's a temple. That's a boss. And this just goes to show how far ahead Diamond Hands actually was, that despite losing 3, all they're dealing with is some of a temple and a boss.
Mid lane temple was channeled by Yeah Boy for a second. That's why we did see the Sunder. And that did also confirm the mid lane keep. I really like that call coming out from the side of Diamond Hands as everyone's back up. Murden, big dwarf toss in. Valkyrie as well will connect onto the Thrall. Does he have Sundering? He does, but will he be able to use it? There it is. Rewind from the Anub'arak as Murden does go down. We have the Divine Shield onto one as the keep will be falling. Haunting Wave in from Sylvanas with the Will of the Forsaken, so the staggering blow doesn't work out. Hogger looking for the bounce down the bridge and will be able to get it. We still have a temple and a half available. Boss will not end the game as the Thrall and Sylvanas as well as the Stukov are going to burn through the boss before it actually takes down major shielding, but shots from mid temple will go to mid keep. Anub'arak and Blaze, Anub'arak and Dahaka want this top lane temple because these will prioritize the top lane keep. This could be a double keep phase still from the side of Diamond Hands where Chili Mountain will get a keep and a half.
Because Murden is dead. But what's the player? They're looking to get 1 kill. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Yo, this temple is going to get all the final keeps. Chili Mountain is still up against it. Ultralisk goes in, tries to Shingon the keep, but he doesn't dare to do any more than like 5 shurikens. Just throws them over his shoulder as he hightails it, feeling the enemy closing in on him.
I didn't think that this would be all the keeps going down during this phase on the side of Chili Mountain. Really good play from Diamond Hands as they will get... they should get a little bit of damage onto the Chili Mountain core. Maybe, I'm going to say 10%. Oh, my math.
14. Nice try, nice try. Yeah, pretty close. 86%. You cannot survive another temple phase. Chili Mountain has to fight.
Mm-hmm. Chili Mountain has to fight. This is looking reminiscent of their matchup up against, who was it actually last week or whatever? It was against Diamond Hands on this map. Do you remember the ending on this map?
Well, let's look at this one.
Yeah,
we
it's
can
like
reminisce soon. Oh!
Beautiful!
From Stukov. But he does come back. He comes back to life. He has the, whatever
He's got the
it's
redemption.
called.
He's got the redemption from level 20. You can see that golden swirl around his head. That is going to be a 180-second cooldown, a 3-minute cooldown. Double temple phase, not announced yet. Genji showing in mid lane. Diamond Hands, that could be the green light to go in. It's 4v5 in their favor. Caesar Salad, he's got to go. He's got to make a play. Otherwise, Genji will be able to jump in here. Shockwave already used. Valkyrie coming out as well. Connects onto the side of the wall as Heavy is going to be the target of the X-Strike, which is going to get a lot of damage in here. Murden is very low and does go down. No Divine Shield available for 83 seconds. As Rutso wants Ultralisk, will he be able to find enough damage? No.
Mirror charge. Cassia rooted, blinked. Nice job by Fancy Pants going in there. Yeah, boy. As he blinks in and gets that Cassia. Now, it is 5 versus 3. Why not just go for core? Do you really need more kills?
I think they want to... Yeah. I think they wanted more kills. And that right there, that has to be the game. I don't see a world where Nintori and crew don't end right here, and I do like the way that things ended for the side of Diamond Hands. It was a nice back and forth throughout the map, but it is Diamond Hands who were on top for a lot of this. They were playing extremely well. Chili Mountain, they have been playing quite a few games today, so going up against Diamond Hands, they'll have to monitor and adjust how they're playing, but Diamond Hands, they will take map number 1 in the final best of 5 of the day. GG. 2 more maps for Diamond Hands, and they punch their ticket into the double elimination bracket and knock Chili Mountain out. But that is going to be a tall order to fill for the side of Diamond Hands. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what happened a couple weeks ago in week number 7. I think Chili Mountain is here to play. We'll find out what's going to happen. But before we do, let's go ahead and bring Justin back into the mix and talk about everything that was Sky Temple.
Chili Mountain, surprisingly, with their composition looking relatively strong in the early game and a little bit weaker into the later parts of the game, which is kind of the opposite of what you'd expect with heroes like Genji, who can't get a ton of value on their own early on. You typically can't really, 1v1 anyone early on. Well, Ultralisk did get value by stealing shots off the first objective, which was nice. It looked like Chili Mountain was going to have a bit of momentum in the game. But there was a critical moment from both of these teams that kind of caused the potential for a comeback and the momentum shift. The first moment that was really important was the 5th objective, actually, where you had this weird back and forth fight where no one's really dying and they're just trading cooldowns, which is something we saw a lot in the Chili Mountain set. But this isn't Garden of Terror. You don't get the option to just give the objective if you lose your cooldowns. And Chili Mountain's composition was extremely cooldown dependent once again. Diamond Hands with the Stukov, the main advantage they have in fights is that they have that sustain advantage. They have that ability to just play slow and re-engage and wait for things to line up properly. Chili Mountain, if they don't get a perfect engage, they lose the fight with the Uther. They need to be able to enable someone to go in and get picks with the Uther. As soon as they fail that, they're going to lose the sustain. And Nintori was hitting so many tongues in the mid-game to late game to get those picks. Also Hebi on the Stukov. It's kind of a toss-up for me on who the MVP is between Nintori and Hebi. Both of them played phenomenally well. Both of them were the real engage for the team. This was the moment, though, where Chili Mountain takes control. They had the option to set themselves up to finally be ahead after getting those 2 keeps really low on the side of Diamond Hands. They have a 3 for 0. Both shots are available. They make the critical error to push in bottom and push with the boss, and that actually gives Diamond Hands the ability to come back into the game, as they only got the bot keep and the shots were available, which Diamond Hands did take later, which is kind of the big macro mistake that Chili Mountain ended up making. Both teams making minor concessions that are just severely punished, and it all came down to the final team fight here, where Chili Mountain disparate for almost any kind of fight. Heavy gets super low, just barely manages to survive on the Stukov, baiting in the members of Chili Mountain, and as soon as you fail that engage with Chili Mountain's composition, with the Uther, with the Genji, they're just out of steam, they're out of gas. Diamond Hands easily able to turn it around with the sustain from Stukov coming out, with the turnaround with the roots from Rutso and Hebi. Hebi making the Stukov look powerful, a lot stronger than pretty much any other Stukov that we've seen. And Nintori, with the weird level 7 tongue talent, actually getting a lot of value with it, as they managed to get quite a few picks. It felt like it was just a waiting game between Nintori and Hebi, just waiting for one of them to find someone with their 13 root and their level 7 tongues. So good picks by them, but very, very close. Both teams had moments where they nearly could have won the game off of it, and the other team just barely snagged it.
Now, Grubby, you were talking, you posted about how much damage that Gambit was doing at the end. Can you inform everyone at home how much Gambit damage was just that level 7, not even the baseline damage?
Just the extra damage by level 21 would have done 718 extra damage. I remember looking up its win rate because Gambits were shiny and new.
Yeah.
And I was so surprised to see that Drag Tongue actually did more. Now, I know it might have been a misclick, it might not be. But here's the thing, Feeding Frenzy, it's insane. Auto attacks resetting drag cooldown by 2 seconds. But time and time again, we see the talents that can be good at pro play but barely are in Storm League is things that are more burst heavy, more front loaded. Because it's all about that one shot so that healing tools cannot come in between, healing cannot come in between, cleanse, de-shield, whatever saves. So having more burst to the front of your first drag rather than preparing for another drag in 5 seconds, it might be good. I'm just saying. I just feel like everyone should try out this Gambit talent on
I'm
the
right there with
Haka.
you.
It's fun. Yeah.
I am right there with you on that PSA. Also, between the damage over time from Sylvanas and the damage over time from this talent, that stresses Uther's resources a lot. In the past, it's been noted like Uther struggles up against damage over time healing, like Lunara's. In the past, it was like, all right, there's an Uther solo healer, grab Lunara and just make his life miserable. So there's just a lot of really, really cool factors that we saw Diamond Hands utilizing to win map number 1, and they did a very good job. Some unforced error from Chili Mountain, but still good play from both sides in kills and team fights. Let's take a look into the future, or where we're going to for map number 2, because we got that ready for all of you at home, and we are going to be heading to Tomb of the Spider Queen, chosen by Diamond Hands, as Chili Mountain has opted for first pick priority. Tomb of the Spider Queen, a very small map here, Justin. Rotations are quick. Getting around the map is very easy, so gank rotations are very, very common here, and then there's a lot of play into that bottom lane. What are your thoughts here for these two teams going into Tomb of the Spider Queen?
So on one hand, Diamond Hands has shown to have slightly better macro than Chili Mountain overall, just lately, and also in the last game. So this is a map where the macro is not super important because the map is just so small. So you would think that would favor Chili Mountain, but I'm not sure if that's the case because Chili Mountain has been really heavily relying on playing these little skirmish-heavy compositions where they're really heavy engage and they're looking for kind of quick, spread-out fights. But there's not that much space to find a spread-out fight. You can't really be that split on Tomb of the Spider Queen that often. Maybe you can in the early game in the laning phases when you're kind of rotating between lanes, but once it gets into the late game, there's not many situations where you have a lot of places to flank from, you have a lot of places to be split up. A lot of the time you can kind of just hold hands with your team and just do things together as a 5-man on Tomb, so in the late game. So I'll be curious to see if Chili Mountain has a different playstyle, or if they're able to make those flanks work, even on a small map like this, where there's a lot less room to flank from.
Well, we got the readies coming out from some of the teams, and we're going to find out what's going to happen here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm really excited to see how this draft unfolds because Diamond Hands did so well in that last game, and I have to say, heavy on the Stukov, I'd love to see him play that again. I really feel like we haven't had a ton of Stukov throughout the season. I'll have to check the stats on how many games he's been involved with. Yeah, it feels weird, but I'm glad to see Heavy showcasing how good this hero can be, Grubby.
Yeah, agree. It's weird. I don't know what happened to him because Stukov was like number one all the time. Is it meta shift? Was there like a patch that I'm not remembering? Because Stukov was OP for so long until now he's like not top 3. What happened, Justin?
I think it's the focus the tank, one-shot the enemy tank meta has kind of developed. I think that's the main thing. We have things like Thralls coming in that are just designed to kill tanks. You have a lot of pressure on the front line right now, and that's just kind of the easiest playstyle is to kill the tank. Even in the last game, with the mostly dive focus comp from Chili Mountain, they were still focusing the Anubarak, so that's the main drawback, is he kind of struggles to save the frontliner with no instant burst heal and no cleanse.
In 106 games that I have recorded in my data, I have 17 Stukov games where he was banned out twice. So he's played 15 games out of 106. That does not take into account the 5 games from earlier today. But still, it's kind of weird. Like, that's a weird stat compared to last season where he was insanely prior. Yeah, it was like you couldn't go a game without him being involved in some way, shape, or form. Either way, we're going to find out what happens here in our Tomb of the Spider Queen draft here, Justin, because we're loaded on in.
Yep, and something that Stukov does quite well is he pairs well with Uther. Uther and Stukov is just the strongest duo of double support heroes that you can pair together. And Diamond Hands is the one team that this season we've seen play that. They even had, most likely, the Uther just sniped away by Chili Mountain just as a response so that they didn't give them the Stukov Uther in the last game for Diamond Hands. So that as a threat, especially when you have a player like Heavy who is so proficient on Stukov and can make Stukov work with solo support, does open up a lot of draft flexibility for Diamond Hands and gives them a lot of just innate advantage in the draft. The one drawback to Diamond Hands draft is they did ban the Sergeant Hammer when they were in a situation where they could have picked it in the last game. So I'm under the impression that they're not very comfortable with it, that they don't want to play it. So we'll see if either of these teams are prioritizing Sergeant Hammer, but Diamond Hands I think has a slight edge with their hero pools in the draft.
Get a Lucio Blaze ban. Will there be any targets onto Diamond Hands after that last game from Chili Mountain? Will Helby get targeted? Will we see something onto Caesar Salad? I don't think there would be like an Anubarak ban. It wasn't something where it was like, oh my god, the Anubarak won the game for Diamond Hands. It was strong, but I don't think it's critical to be banned out of this phase. Chromie to be gotten rid of as well. They don't want to deal with her artillery from range on the side of Chili Mountain here, Grubby.
Yeah, just kind of going both the one anti-healer pick, one anti-damage ban here from Chili Mountain, not just fully going in one route, which we saw a lot in the previous series, constantly double healer bans. Just Lucio and Chromie. Ogre pick, Diamond Hands. What are you going to do? They still like their double support. They would still like to go Stukov, Uther or something. It's very possible. But do you open like that? Most likely not. Maybe open with a DPS like Junkrat or Hanzo.
Ooh.
Be Sylvanas. Go with the Johanna.
I like this a lot, Justin. Johanna's strong for a double soak map, and Rutzo's Sylvanas last game was delicious to watch. I think he had like 69,000 heroic damage by the end of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. The Sylvanas has been a priority pick for all the teams today, it seems. It's cool to see her coming back. She kind of just does everything well. There's no draft where it's like the same where you have a Junkrat sometimes where you can feel like, oh, they have a Diablo and a Blaze and my Junkrat grenades are just kind of bouncing off and the Diablo is just walking at you still and it's not hurting or anything. So Sylvanas being kind of that in-between of being able to do damage to tanks, do sustain damage, do burst, have different ultimate choices. Just a really, also she's safe with the Unstoppables. Just a really good, solid range to take. And the macro they've been getting with it is quite strong as well, especially for Chili Mountain. But the Diablo is picked up for Masquerade. He's been doing quite well on the Murden for the most part. He got picked a few times in the last game, but he was looking pretty invincible on the Murden, so we'll see if he gets the same level of value on the Diablo. Diablo does have a really good matchup into Johanna, as Johanna, really not a big fan of playing into the Diablo. You do have your Iron Skin, but if you have to use that just against the Diablo, it leaves you quite vulnerable to the rest of the team into re-engages like we saw with Brandon playing the Diablo and intentionally just taking the Johanna Iron Skin cooldown, then re-engaging.
Tychus banned away, so there's no shred into the Diablo and the Hogger. Still, Sylvanas can be that shred factor with her level 1 talent. We will be seeing 2 more picks out from the side of Diamond Hands as we are into the second portion of the draft after our bans. I kind of like the Kerrigan ban here. I think that's just, you know, target out Ultralisk on that one. He looked really good in the last series. I mean, I think the Kerrigan was one of the main reasons that Garden of Terror game did kind of flip around for Chili Mountain. Anduin Leoric, I like this a lot, Grubby.
Leoric to kill Diablo. They had to go with Leoric or Malthael over here with Tychus missing. Leo makes sense. And then Anduin, so that Anduin cannot be used to save people from Tomb.
Yep. Good double pickup there from Diamond Hands. I also do like the pressure Leoric can apply to just the waves as well as even onto Hogger in the solo lane. And his Wraithwalk is a good way to disengage from just the peel and poke that is Chili Mountain, but it's all good aggression out from them here, Justin.
A super hard engage commitment coming out from Chili Mountain. A bit of a different playstyle from their previous games. They're still very aggressive, but now they have the Maiev instead of the Genji, which gives them a lot more flexibility. They don't necessarily have to dive the backline quite so heavy. They can look a lot more for just AoE combos of any kind. And you can have the option to go into percent damage on Maiev as well. The Deckard is the thing that's very weird. Chili Mountain extremely committed to this just run at you with 5 members and try to force a fight. Super aggressive. They have a ton of damage, but they do have the drawback to their composition now with the Deckard being picked up, as it's just more aggression. It's not very much defensive tools. You have the potential for someone on your team getting one shot if they get a little bit too far forward, with the Deckard not having any cleanse, not having any way to really clearly save someone. The Falstad last pick, good disengage. Diamond Hand's composition does have a lot of defensive tools to deal with the aggression of Chili Mountain, and they also have just a lot of wave clear in general. Chili Mountain's composition has Deckard and Diablo, which really don't contribute much to wave clear at all, whereas Diamond Hands doesn't have pretty much any member who doesn't contribute at least a little bit. So the early game macro should be slightly in favor of Diamond Hands, but Chili Mountain has a very, very scary all-in engage composition. We'll see if it's the cage that we saw from Tiger JK or if it's the disc, which is kind of the expectation here. They also potentially have a sleep APOC combo. I think in a straight 5v5, Chili Mountain's composition is better, but Diamond Hands does have disengage tools that if they use them effectively, they should be able to shut down what Chili Mountain has drafted.
Well, thank you, Justin, for the analysis as always. Let's go ahead and jump into Tomb of the Spider Queen as we have Diamond Hands in the blue. Yeah, boy! On the Falstad, Caesar Salad playing the Johanna, Hebi on the Anduin, Nintori on the Leoric, and Rutso playing Sylvanas. The side of Chili Mountain, Ultralisk on the Maev, Skog on the Hogger, Masquerade to play Diablo, Banana on the Deckard, and Make on the Hanzo. I'm feeling a Diamond Hands win, Grubby. I'm liking what they've drafted. I'm liking what I saw in game number 1. I think there's a lot of really, really good tools for Diamond Hands. Yes, there is the aggression of Chili Mountain, but post 10s, Gust, Bless Shield, or Falling Sword. There's a lot of really good tools here. Rutso already getting some value in bottom lane with the help of Nintori. 1 auto from Nintori. A lot of good help from him.
Rutso dead.
He's fine. He's just getting mana really quickly and health. what are you thinking here?
Diamond Hands is all about defense and disengage, and then maybe re-engage. And Chili Mountain is all about offense. And the Deckard, although his healing source may be strange, there's a couple of things he could do. I honestly think there's a case for Potion of AoE heal at 13. Kinda weird. People mostly at pro play go for the auto attack talent. That does splash damage, bonus auto attack damage on your entire allied team, and it heals your members too. I mean, it's pretty sick. But it is against double blind from Johanna. And that's gonna make that talent a little bit less strong. Greater Healing Potion takes too long to benefit from in pro play. I think it's an AoE case. It's super solid actually when everyone is grouping together. What I like about Deckard is the big AoE attack that he can do. Big AoE CC. Whoa, 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 whoa. How many are gonna die here? Leoric trying to get away. Leap of Faith. Rutso is so low, 50 HP, but he survives. That's insane, dude.
Siege Camp stolen away by Chili Mountain, but Diamond Hands doesn't lose a member, so I'm sure that Diamond Hands is fine with giving a little of experience from just the Siege Giants. Overpower, Shadow Charge, big Chastise from Anduin, no level 4, so he's not going to get any piercing light value from that one on Skoog and Masquerade, as the Siege Giants are going to open things up quite quickly in bottom lane. And the map overall is looking a little
Red.
hectic. A little hectic for the side of Diamond Hands. It feels like Diamond Hands can't do anything here at the start of the game.
Yeah, and you know, in any team fight, early game or late, I feel like Diamond Hands comp looks really weird and weak into what Chili Mountain has. All they have is disengage, and they have like macro tools, but it's on a small map. I'm feeling Chili Mountain here. Let's see how it's gonna go. It could be the 1-1.
It could be the 1-1. I definitely didn't think that today's series would be any 3-0s, and we'll have to see if the motif continues, as it's a double kill so far, at least 2 kills to Chili Mountain. They've got a chunk of experience in the lead, and bottom lane is just constantly being battered in by Chili Mountain. This is a playstyle we've seen. Make might have the kill here. Rutso steps forward, Hebi gets healed up, and Falstad flies down into bottom lane. I'm looking back at the draft, I guess the Anduin, yeah, we talked about it. It was the deny so that the Chili Mountain couldn't take it for the Leap of Faith. But I still kind of feel like I would have rather see not Leoric, sorry, the Stukov, Diamond Hands. I feel like it was played so well last game, and it's got better tools to control the dive pressure of Chili Mountain.
No cleanse though into my Diablo. It's pretty scary.
That is a very good point. So. A lot of little things. We'll see how it all plays out, but it's Chili Mountain to try and get the first turn in, and Banana has the last 3 gems. This will be red Webweavers descending in favor of our red team, and we'll see how Chili Mountain pushes in with this. Mid lane does have a camp, bottom lane about 50%, and top lane pushed up a bit by Diablo, who's at 66 souls.
Nice. Good amount for him. The Mark of the Beast. Skog with an interesting level 4 talent, Brute Force, bonus auto attack damage, and a further range and damage of Loot Horde.
Okay, alright. So we also have the Staggering Blow permanently increases basic attack damage by 2 to a maximum of 150. Okay, alright, so we'll see. Oh, Ultralisk goes down. That's the first kill for Diamond Hands, and it is onto the Maev, arguably one of the more mobile heroes on the side of Chili Mountain, but maybe a trade in bottom under Rutso.
Dude, Rutso... He survived with 55,
yeah,
and he survived with 70 now, and he has died twice, so essentially, it feels like he's at 4 deaths in terms of the reach that Chili Mountain has had on him. That's pretty concerning for him, because he looked legit last game, and this game, he's just been targeted a lot. And this one may actually be down to Skoke's level 4 talent. Like, I don't think Ratso thought that loot horde was going to be able to reach him. And he's going to have to do like a check here. It's like, whoa, what level 4 is that? Oh, I see. I got to be more careful.
27 gems on the side, on the Lior, excuse me, as we have 70 in the pockets of Diamond Hands who want to try and find their first turn in, but maybe it'll be off of a team fight. I'm not 100% sure how they want to play this.
Yeah, it's getting close to level 10, and Maiev is getting XP in the bottom lane already. Gonna come back to mid. Yeah, boy, in the bottom left. Picking up a couple of gems, pushing out that wave. Now, Ultralisk is hidden to the members of Diamond Hands. He sees Lintori. Makes a fan of knives to interrupt, and then get away.
Yeah, 30 gems on Nintori. He wants to get rid of those. I mean, just between Yeah Boy and Nintori, there's enough for a turn-in with a little bit extra. Iron Skin popped by the Joanna. She could also get a 20 turn-in, and it's big. The big thing is Lior getting his turn-in. Otherwise, it's needing a couple other people to also get their gems in. 10 talent tiers soon. 85 in the pocket of Diamond Hands, who are being zoned off these points really well by Ultralisk and the rest of Chili Mountain. Bit of a scuffle in mid, but no major fight. Oh, actually, the major thing to note is Diablo Full Souls, and Hanzo finishes out Simple Geometry.
Pretty early. Full Souls generally reach somewhere between 9 to level like 11 to 9 or so. And at level 10 you get the Revive, so there's 2 quests that Diablo can get. The Revive quest, simply reach level 10, Full Souls. Reaching it at level 9 before getting to level 10 is pretty solid. Now when he dies, you keep 25 souls, lose 75 and get resurrected. So watch Masquerade probably play a little bit more aggressive. He can trade out his life for someone. He'd be happy with that. Meanwhile,
Shockwave. Yeah, a big attempt on Nintori with the falling sword from Caesar Salad. There was an attempt to mind control someone earlier from Rutso, but that did not connect, who is going to be continuing to do the double soak rotation between mid and top, matching that Diablo. 99 gems in the bank accounts of Diamond Hands, but they've got nothing actually turned in. I guess better analogy.
Yeah.
In their pockets, nothing turned into the bank. There we go. Sorry, I said it. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. But either way, we got heroics. 18 seconds on Falling Sword and 35 on the Shockwave. Lornado for the Deckard, by the way.
oh cool. I hope we get level 20 Lornado.
You have to.
Then we get voice act. Stop, let me go. I'm gonna report you.
I love Mornados at level 20. It's such a great thing as a Deckard Kane to use and just constantly pressure the enemy, as that is another turn in for Chili Mountain. I'm looking really quickly. 26 on Falstad, 31 on Joanna, 42 on the Lee York when it comes to these gems. Man, if Diamond Hands loses in a major team fight, that is a big factor of their economy going away. Oh, I see. They want, yeah, boy. He feels the pressure coming in. He gusts away the Maiev, goes for the flight, but he's stunned out by the Hanzo. Oh,
yeah.
What a great play from Make.
Make is like, could I just scooch over here and stand right next to you so that when I know you're gonna fly, I'm gonna go ahead and catch you? Oh, nice falling sword for Rutso there. But that was so ballsy by Make, right on top of Falstad. He knew he was gonna try and gust away.
Wow.
Fly away. Really solid. That's a lot of gem denial. It's all down to Leoric now, isn't it?
It's like half a turn, and Joanna does have a decent amount, but Leoric is now Containment Disc. He will be silenced for a few seconds coming out of this. He also will be having his health, or the healing reduction from the level 7 of Deckard Kane. No Lornado just yet, but Chili Mountain are making game number 1 look like a fluke by comparison.
Yeah, this is pretty ruthless so far. Huge lead for Chili Mountain. 2 forwards up already. They almost have the talent lead.
Still, even though Falstad died, there's nearly 2 turn-ins in the pocket of Diamond Hands still. Nearly.
True.
Like, they're like 10 gems away from a double turn-in.
And it makes sense that they have 100 gems. I mean, Chili Mountain paid 105 gems. They still have 20, so you would expect Diamond Hands to be around that number. 100.
Crazy,
By the way,
yeah.
fun fact, one
Yeah?
hero can carry at maximum 100 gems.
I hear that if you carry 100 gems, you get a special gem mount in the game. Is that true?
No.
Oh, it's on Blackheart's Bay, right? If you collect 100 coins, you get the coin mount. That's right.
Really?
Totally not. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
I had you going there for a second.
I'm gonna go get some, I mean, you can buy it for 10k gold, so it's
Yeah,
like whatever,
yeah.
right? But like, I want to go play some quick match till I get Blackheart's Bay. Now I don't have to. Ultralisk? Wrong way, buddy.
Still goes down. Leoric has enough for a turn-in. There is going to be a Spectral Leech. The Lornado zones back the allies. 52 gems for Leoric as he is slowing down Banana. Light Bomb, nice shockwave to stop any further advancement from Leoric to pressure Deckard Cain. But now, can Nintori finally get a turn-in? 113 gems in the pockets of Diamond Hands. Can they actually make it to the bank? Maybe?
Mayev's still dead. How do they create this space? I'll start getting bopped around a bit. Buffeted by winds, ironic, as Leoric is trying to get the turn in.
Maybe? Hanzo might have a arrow or something. No, it's a little too late. Nintori can breathe a sigh of relief and finally feed as Leoric as he's dropped off all of his gems. Silence the Herodric Cube is a little too early there. Doesn't get the healing debuff, but it doesn't matter. Here come the blue Webweavers. What can Diamond Hands do? Can they start to rally and push things back up against Chili Mountain, who have looked oppressive at the start of map number 2?
Also wants to push with Black Arrows. This is constantly just Diablo using basic combo, which is on the 12-second cooldown, to proc Iron Skin, which is on a cooldown of 22 seconds. So that's always going to be a good trade for Chili Mountain for Masquerade. That's a shockwave in a 1 versus 2.
Oh, Hogger doesn't get the bounce he's looking for, and he's going to be entombed. Big arrow from Hanzo coming through. Lornado is saving the moment. The Falling Sword, the Gust. Lightning Breath almost kills Boy. The Gust. I think the Gust was still necessary. Masquerade trying to back away. He's going to get hit with the Mind Control. There's the Light Bomb underneath him as well. He's got souls. Those will be reset. 5-second death timer on the Diablo. But does this give a window for Caesar Salad and friends to get another turn in? 5 seconds on the clutch to open up.
Well, Diablo does have the Resurrect trait, so he's going to come right back with equal XP. I don't think anyone can be sure of any kind of turn in, as all pieces are on the board. Boy coming in with the flank.
Leap of Faith from Anduin. There's going to be a Lornado as well. Big spin in from the Hogger. Masquerade low here. There's an Emerald Bind. No, it's a Spectral Leech actually from Nintori, who's going to Wraith Walk. Still Spectral Leech. That's going to be an Entomb as well. Containment discount to Joanna, but she is fine with that because they are finding the kill. Diamond Hands getting Diablo killed. Full death timer that time, and that is, oh man, that's a lot of souls.
That was the range of Drain Hope. Hopelessness coming in from Leoric. I thought that the popular one was the movement speed debuff removal and then the movement speed buff if you get the whole thing. But he's got the quarter extra range that helped him to keep that tether on Diablo even as he teleported. I thought too late to keep the tether, but he kept it because of that range.
Yeah.
That ended up killing the Diablo with a nice tomb. So triple percentage damage basically from Leo and Falstad and Chromie. This is very scary for Diablo. Part of the reason why he's been the 2 most recent deaths. Diamond Hands hoarding their gems, it did well for them. Yep. Didn't get much out of that first one. No forts, but this one, they might have a better shot.
13 minutes in, a level lead. Actually, not a level lead, a chunk of a level lead, I could say, for the side of Diamond Hands, as 17's about to be achieved by Chili Mountain. Top lane pushed up by Leoric, who will join in his team. Maiev is clearing out things in bottom. Caesar Salad steps forward in the mid lane. Lornado to push back the enemies. Oh.
Leo dropping real low. That was Ancient Blessings from Deckard. Leap of Faith to save the Leo. Oh, arrow. Gosh, not on time. Ultralisk.
Ultralisk gets chunked a little bit, misses the containment disc. Still a chase in, but I think Diamond Hands disengages still. And they find 1 fort during this back-to-back Webweaver phase. Kinda,
yeah,
not
a bit meh.
Not the best.
Right?
Yeah, a bit meh. Yeah, a bit meh.
A little bit meh. We don't really have any other words from that. We feel about it, but you know, a fort and 80% of a mid fort, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It steps towards a brighter future for Diamond Hands, who very nearly have another turn in. Now, Chili Mountain does have to turn in availability. They're going to set up for that. Two gems. Good job, Deckard.
Hey, you know, every gem counts. There was a point during one of the fights where Masquerade clicked and was turning in 1. And I was like, you don't really mean that, do you?
Well, he's got 1.
Oh, they need
we have
20.
a saying in Dutch, those that do not appreciate the small are not worth the big.
Huh. I like that quite a bit.
Money.
Yeah, no,
it's about money specifically.
I like that. Oh, sidestep, Lornado. All right. Heavy okay here, gets chunked a little bit. Here come the red Webweavers. What do they get on the side of Chili Mountain? Wraithwalk from Leoric, the Heraldric Cube with the Emerald to try and reduce his healing or any healing applied to him. And Leoric's fine. He didn't really drop that low either, as we have a bit of a pause from one of the players. So we're going to go ahead and bring it on back to our lovely faces, and we're going to see what is going on with the game right now. Either way. All right, well, we'll find out what's going on with the pause, but overall, I'm looking at the map, and it's still pretty good to... Okay, all right. Sorry, it's a weird thing. Anyways, we'll let them all figure that out, but it is going to be another red Webweaver coming out for the side of the members of Chili Mountain. It's really equal in the game. The only difference is going to be the bottom lane fort. The bottom lane fort is still available for Chili Mountain, and there's no bottom lane fort on the side of Diamond Hands. So overall, I'm excited to see what this Webweaver phase can do when we get back into the game, but we have a little bit of a slight pause here. We're going to get that all settled, and then we will get back into the game. What are your thoughts here, Grubby, as we are kind of approaching 20s? Do you think Chili Mountain just keeps rolling into Diamond Hands like this?
Well, they have the red Webweavers. We have Nintori as Leo in position to defend into Maiev, and Johanna is there also. Falstad is defending bot. I think it's very realistic that the only thing this gets is mid fort for Chili Mountain, because the Bruiser camp was sent to defend. I think Diamond Hands has an excellent defense setup. Let's see if it becomes more than that, okay? I'm calling only mid fort, almost nothing else.
Okay, let's see. Here come the Webweavers. Mid is still very healthy as the camp up against it. Masquerade is going to be putting some pressure onto the Johanna. Does she have Falling Sword? Not for 10 seconds. Does she have Iron Skin? I'm checking really quickly. 14 seconds on that one. And she's still running away, getting the shield glares. Diablo comes in with the Shadow Charge. Mind Control is not going to connect. Leap of Faith is going to save Caesar's Salad just in time. Falstad gets the flank and the kill onto Maiev just as the Containment Disc comes out, and the mid lane fort will fall.
That was so sick. Can Maka get the kill on Leo? Scatter? Oh, he didn't get the scatter. And I think he may even die to Falstad. But he won't.
Nice agility over the wall there. Gets the disengaged, and Tori's still waiting in the bush. So, mid lane fort falls. We have extra kill to the side of Diamond Hands, who also have enough for a turn-in. Clutch opens up in 5 seconds.
Wow. Diamond Hands. Instead of Maiev dead, they should certainly make use of this. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting interaction there. Falling Sword is available. Gust is available. It's 5 versus 4. Let's get that turn in, says Diamond Hands. They're still up against 5 forts. So I don't think this game will be ending anytime in the next 4 minutes or so. This is still a slow-moving pace of the game. Spoke. Interrupt.
5 seconds on the Maiev. Diablo's back at full souls. Falstad is going to push up bottom lane as the Siege Giants were grabbed by the Leoric, also getting some more stacks on his level 1. 46 on the Frequent Flyer at level 1. We actually see the barrel roll talent, the Afterburner, at level 16. Typically, it's that Ares Gust for the Falstad. Now, 20s are here for our blue team first. Masquerade is going to get his Soul Shield proc. That's what you kind of heard right there. Decker Kane with the Lornado. There's going to be a Wind Tunnel into the Entomb. No Buried Alive because it's the Burning Despair. Hogger's the one to go down here. That should be a turn-in from the side of Diamond Hands. Caesar Salad and Rutso have enough.
It's 176 damage per second when you're draining someone extra. That's like 70% of a Draken Laser drill. It's really solid Burning Despair. He also gets 40 armor constantly while draining. He's got Drain Reset CDR talents at 13. It's super, super solid, this talent. And Buried Alive is a plus-minus talent. Yes, you get the silence, but you lose a second of Doom. Don't really need more than that sometimes against certain targets that don't have an escape anyway, like Hanzo, Diablo post Hellgate. I mean, Buried Alive is solid, but I think it's very good when you have Drain Hope to go for that, what's it called? Burning Despair talent.
I think Burning Despair, with the W build that we're seeing from Nintori, is very, very good here. Falstad, he's going to be flying into the mid lane out of top after he gets a wave over there. 20 apiece on our levels. Hogger holding his 20. We do have the Mornados from...
Oh, cool.
From the Deckard and Bullseye from the Hanzo. What is Hogger considering? Is he waiting for no control, or is he going to go for the upgrade on Shockwave?
Yeah, I think all three are good. I think he's wondering, should I take no control or not? There's no point even using no control if you're not enraged yet, because, you know, Hawkwild simply doesn't do PvP damage enough if you don't have rage. there's also risks, especially against Falstad Sylve, mobile backline ranged assassins with percentage damage. I think no control is incredibly risky in this game. You would take it maybe as a Hail Mary play, because anger management and power spike, they're just solid little extra advantages. Now, Diablo is getting attacked. He does have soul shield, he gets the heals, there's Mornado, and he's got resurrection available. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if they lost Diablo.
Bullseye from Ake connects on to Nintori. Ultralisk is waiting in the bush, and Caesar Salad checks that and finds the enemy. Mind Control goes out. 10-second cooldown right now as it does not connect onto the enemy. Both teams sitting around 40-ish gems, both needing 65. Containment Disc, I don't think there's any follow-up onto Leoric outside of a singular auto. But now, Leoric, Entomb, Hanzo gets the agility.
That gust was so good, actually, because it was almost exactly after Tomb, which would have interrupted Hanzo's jump. But Hanzo actually jumped before the Tomb came out by using the Fort Rubble, so that was really well done by Maki.
He saw Leoric was just Wraith walking right at him, and he's like, okay, this has to be Leoric looking for an Entomb on me. But when we look at the gems, we're starting to see Chili Mountain pull ahead a little bit in the gem economy for this 65 gem turn-in. We'll have to wait and see who's actually able to get this. A good team fight. Actually, Hogger's in bottom. If he gets collapsed on right here, this could be bad for him. Haunting Way forward. They want to get him. He doesn't get a bounce off that. Falstad. Does he have the wind tunnel? Not for 16 seconds. Shockwave connects onto 2. There's the falling sword. Mind Control. That's Hogger dead. That's a big pickup, but a huge arrow connects onto 2. And then the Lornado actually kind of helping to push people back. There's going to be another Lornado. Decker Kane trying to save himself as the Entomb will expire. Another Lornado to try and push people back. Anduin is going to... Oh, the interrupt onto the Falstad flight. He was trying to fly into this. Mind Control connects onto Decker Kane. The old man's going back to the retirement home. Nintori's still draining hope. Masquerade checks or steps out of the bush, but he's fine. And that was a huge turnaround moment for Diamond Hands. What do they do with this? Is it a boss? Seems like yes.
Well, they have options of doing a vanilla attack, or going boss, or farming a couple of waves. I personally would have liked to see a vanilla attack for 20 seconds long, and then go for the boss. Like maybe push mid, do some damage on keep, but they're not messing around. They wanted to actually get boss and siege camp. They're also gonna probably have Leo and Johanna collect some gems mid, maybe even bot. Looks like Nintori is not doing that. He wants to be ready for any flank here in the center. He might even go for Diablo. Hellgate.
Hellgate, that's a 2-minute actually a 100-second cooldown, excuse me, so nearly 2 minutes. Retso is gonna get scouted up by Skoog right there, and the boss now arriving to the top lane keep that has already had most of the gate taken down. Ultralisk getting chunked quite quickly, pulls in a couple enemies.
This could be core if a single kill is taken.
Boss is going to be amplified, or Boss Siege is amplified by the Sylvanas with the black arrows, which are going to lock down the keep for the vast majority of this boss time on. Oh wow, it's actually the entire time the boss was just assailing the keep. As the light bomb comes out onto Joanna, there's the target onto Skoog. It looks like he goes for the shockwave. Falling sword, does have the Heaven's Fury, lands onto a couple. There's going to be a blind. Did Masquerade cancel Lightning Breath or something?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I saw it for a second. It's on an 80-second cooldown, but either way, boss is taking damage.
Lightning Cuff.
You think what?
Lightning Cuff. Lightning Cuff. Get it?
Mind Control, Entomb. There's the wind tunnel onto Masquerade. He's just trying to do something, but he's just fitted into the wall. The core is losing actually health here, and Diamond Hands, are they sticking around? Falling sword from Joanna. Nintori, he throws the Spectral Leech. Does he have a way to get out of all of this? He has Wraithwalk actually, and he doesn't even use it. Oh, now he does. Okay, there we go. Still, decent 30% off the core. Bottom lane keep is starting to take damage from Siege Giants that were grabbed earlier. And look at this, Grubby. Enough for a turn-in for the side of Diamond Hands.
Yeah, they were like 12 short before the boss. They just scrounged enough pennies in order to be able to buy that new PlayStation 2. And let's see if they can do that. It looks like Chili Mountain is actually going to interrupt them for now.
You took me back so far with that statement. I remember going to what was Funko Land at the time, but it's now like GameStop. And literally going there with like my piggy bank being like, I know I have enough for the new Pokemon game. I'm gonna be able to buy it. I'm gonna get Pokemon Silver. And then, yeah, no. I had to sit there and count quarters in front of the guy. Anyways, that's a lot of attempts to try and get some sort of value onto Masquerade or Make, and none land as the Shockwave won't connect either. You can see the tension in these players. They're missing some critical skill shots, but we're 23 minutes into a very, very important game. Huge arrow from Hanzo. Falling Sword is going to be saving Anduin for now. Hogger, no control. He will go down. Masquerade, he doesn't have the souls. Masquerade's dead for 60-some seconds. Mind control won't connect. Rutso getting a little bit low here. Make wants to make the counter kill happen and does set it up. Now, will the turn-in still happen? Because these teams are racing for the turn-in. Who's going to get it in first? I think it's going to be...
It's red!
What?
Maiev got it! Caesar Salad didn't turn on his flashlight on time.
Oh,
Imagine
no.
being an absolute chad like Ultralisk and his members. Oh no! Ultralisk! Dude! Ultralisk saving this game. Number 1, get the kill 3v5. Number 2, get the kill 3v4. And number 1.5, get the turn in during the race. Sick save by Ultralisk.
Oh my god. I thought that, I just assumed the shield glare was going to happen. I thought he was in range, but no. All right, red Webweavers are out for the side of Chili Mountain. Diablo and Hog are about to be back up. Sylvanas up in 10, Anduin in 30. Ultralisk looking to pressure Caesar Salad, who has Falling Sword right here. That's a great combo into Banana. Arrow from Hanzo doesn't connect, and there's a staggered death onto Decker Kane. That's a huge kill for Diamond Hands.
Yeah, absolutely
Ultralisk?
enormous there. Ultralisk! Any blinders? Blind actually did 250 damage. 2 blinds would have killed him.
Oh my god.
He had it. Which he didn't.
I'm gonna need a pizza after the series. I'm just...
No. You're crazy.
Me
Is there
getting
any way I
pizza?
can stop you? What?
But now, the red Webweavers have ended, and the turn-in sits on the side of Diamond Hands. 25 on Leoric, 44 on Joanna, 14 on the Falstad. So Leoric gets the turn-in, Joanna clearing mid, Sylvanas pushing out top.
It's crazy how Chili Mountain saved this game from the brink.
I'm sweating for Chili Mountain here. I feel like they can do it, but they need one or two more, at least 2 more of situations like that, where they get some long death timers on 2 Diamond Hand members. On the opposing side, Diamond Hands, they get 1 good team fight. They run bottom or top and end game.
Yeah, anything. Like, boss is up in 5 seconds. They have turn-in availability. Diamond Hands is 3 against 1.5 keeps.
Deckard's
Everything
just
is looking great for Diamond Hands.
Deckard's just rotating in from the Hall of Storm as well, so it seems like that was the kind of the moment. There's a mind control into Hogger. He's going to be hit with the Spectral Leech. We have... I'm looking around. Actually, Caesar Salad's trying to get the turn in, forcing Masquerade to use the combo onto Caesar Salad, who I'm looking to see really quickly. Oh, there's a Lornado. Iron Skin is available. Caesar Salad holding it this time, trying not to get that pulled out from Masquerade's combo.
Well, a lot of fire stomps thanks to that combo.
58 souls for the Diablo as well. Who's got the gems right now? I'm just looking really quickly. 49 on the Joanna, 8 on the Leoric, and 3 on the Sylvanas. So it is Joanna who needs to turn in. Caesar Salad is the critical. He's got the credit card, and we're all going to get Slurpees at 7-Eleven. And it's just we need to make sure.
It's got the company credit card.
Exactly.
And TGI Fridays.
Wait.
It's brownie time for everyone.
Mind Control was onto Masquerade, but now there's a Light Bomb. Make is the new target. He doesn't have any terrain to go over. He's gonna try right there, but Hanzo does go down. Falling Sword from Joanna. Leoric will be traded by Maiev.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Leoric goes down finally as well. He was kind of a end boss this game. Leoric has the highest hero damage on the side of Diamond Hands.
Wow.
In a team with Falstad and Sylvanas. That's pretty crazy. Hanzo for Chili Mountain.
Hanzo up in 40-some seconds. Leoric will be cheating death, trying to get a faster respawn here. Unfortunately, not landing some of those Spectral Leeches, as Masquerade and friends, Diamond Hands know that there's this wraparound happening, so they say, all right, we're going to run right at Hogger, and they find a kill inside of Diamond Hands. Leoric still providing really critical vision for the allies. Wind Tunnel from Falstad's available. Maiev uses the Vault of the Warden to get away. That's the Umbral Bind to pull in Falstad. The Wind Tunnel still coming through. The Falling Sword is going to be there as well. Banana, very low, drops the Lornado. Is it going to be enough? Ultralisk is trying to find Fan and Ive after Fan and Ive reset. The Diablo goes down. His souls, he was at 74. Ultralisk should fall. That's a pentakill overall. And Diamond Hands, they're running to core. They're going to be able to take this. Grubby, this is looking just like week number 7, day number 2, match number 4 between Chili Mountain and Diamond Hands, as we have Diamond Hands punching map number 2 right in the face, destroying everyone's expectations of the Diamond or the Chili Mountain dive comp versus the control comp of Diamond Hands. Beautifully executed. And I think the biggest takeaway for me, it's not who's the MVP, it's the patience from Diamond Hands. I think there was a lot of patience because early game was so strong from Chili Mountain. Aggressiveness constantly. Forts were falling all over the place. It didn't even seem like Diamond Hands could step out of their fort range. But then the forts start to fall. The late game happens. 16, Justin. Level 16 happens, and everything starts to spiral in favor for Diamond Hands. But we have you here to break down everything. That's Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2, in a critical best-of-5 series.
For me, it's an easy to call MVP. I've got to give it to Nintori on the Leoric. He was almost 1v5ing them in team fights at certain points, going against a composition with 4 melees and a Diablo and a lone Hanzo. Leoric is a hero that suffers heavily into double ranged, and when you're into just a single ranged on the Hanzo, it's a good time it's a good time to be a Leoric if you're Nintori. And also the build he went, going the Drain build and committing to it fully, even with the level 20, I really like that a lot. Nintori was an actual raid boss against the side of Chili Mountain. He was just an absolute problem. If Nintori was a Blaze or anything else, any normal offlane that we typically see that wasn't Leoric, it would have been a very, very different game and a much harder game for Diamond Hands. They really needed his damage to be able to deal with the Diablo, and Masquerade on the Diablo was getting quite heavily punished. This was a nice little jump over the wall in the arrow by Make. This was the first big failure in the early game for Diamond Hands. It wasn't a super easy game. It was a struggle through the early game. Them losing all those gems really set them behind for the early game, and they did get turned in on twice in a row by the side of Chili Mountain. But once 16s come online, the real carries of the team become Caesar Salad on the Johanna and Nintori on the Leoric. Against 4 melees and a single Hanzo, both of them get so much value with the blinds from Caesar Salad and the little swords flying around. You have the blind resets. The final moment here, after a lot of patience by Diamond Hands, or actually not the final moment here, but it'll come shortly, I'm sure. The Falstad making the plays. We had the Entomb onto Banana, who also, I believe, gets taken out. Just a bailout for the Falstad, and it seemed like Chili Mountain's composition, they all need to commit to a fight, and they need to just all in for it. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. It felt like Masquerade on the Diablo, not really willing to pull the trigger, but their composition needs to force a 5v5 fight and hard engage decisively. And the second you don't get that engage, which has been a kind of a trend of Chili Mountain as of late, is they have these high engage focused compositions with a lot of CC, but not a lot of sustain damage like we have here. They have a lone Hanzo on the backline. If they fail their engage, especially with a Deckard as their healer, they lose the fight as soon as it's not a perfect clean engage. And Diamond Hands, the second that they can kind of split up the fight and play to not allow them to get a big 5v5 engage, the Falling Sword from Caesar Salad was a nice adaptation for that. There's just nothing for Chili Mountain to do if they can't get in that engage. This is the final fight for them, where Falstad gets saved immediately by the Falling Sword. It looks good for Chili Mountain at the start. They're trying to get a pick, to desperately stay in the game, but unfortunately for them, the amount of tools with the level 20s from Diamond Hands, just way too much. Their defensive tools too much. The level 20s for Chili Mountain, not very good. There's really nothing like spectacular on the side of Chili Mountain, but for Diamond Hands, they stick with it. They don't lose too much in the early game. They get to level 20, they have the Falling Sword, they have the Leoric with the Drain damage. You have Falstad with Mighty Gust, and you have Mind Control on a super short cooldown. There was almost no winning the game at 20 for Chili Mountain. They were on a timer. They didn't quite execute as cleanly as they needed to, so Diamond Hands fully capitalizing.
Diamond Hands is looking really good here in this final best of 5 of the day. We could actually see Diamond Hands take the 3-0 up against Chili Mountain. It's not something I expect. I don't think it's anything that either of you expect either, and I'm sure a lot of you at home are not expecting that. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the chat like, no, Diamond Hands 3-0. And you know what? If you believe in your team, I hope you are spamming in Twitch chat those team emotes. But we're going to take a break, as we always do, right before our map number 3. This could be final map, as I mentioned. So, as we prepare for that final map and before we go to the break, I want to remind you all to hit ! prize pool in chat, because we have had some changes to the prize pool since the LAN was canceled. First and foremost, the prize pool split is no longer 60-40 between the teams and Wisdom. It is 100% to the teams. So, first place, let's say the prize pool hits $30,000. First place will take 35% of the $35,000. Now you might be sitting there saying, Bahamut, $30,000. That's a lot more money. Well, here's the other great thing. Wisdom will be adding $10,000 to the prize pool at the end of the season. So if today was the last day of the season, the prize pool at the end of the broadcast would be $24,143.98. So, with all of that, if you'd like to support these teams, if you would like to support the prize pool, use ! prize pool in chat. We really do appreciate all the support that you have brought to the Heroes of Storm community and for all of these teams in HeroesCCL. But as I mentioned, we're going to take a short little break. When we come back, Diamond Hands, will they 3-0 or will Chili Mountain be able to rally? Maybe we'll get some brooms out. Don't go anywhere. This is HeroesCCL presented by Wisdom. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to HeroesCCL presented by Wisdom. My name's Bahamut, joined by Grubby and Justing, and we are getting ready for what could be the final map in this series. Diamond Hands has been looking very, very strong. We'll see if they could actually make a 3-0 happen, but I don't know. Chili Mountain here, I definitely feel like they could do it as well. Justing, I want to start with you. Thoughts on the series thus far?
Diamond Hands looking incredibly scary so far. They've had, I think, slightly better macro and also just a better understanding in the draft of what their compositions do and just more flexibility, it seems, in the draft. Chili Mountain seems to kind of always play a very similar style where they want to kind of play this really aggressive, in-your-face play style where they want to fight quickly. They don't want to play these long, sustainy fights, whereas Diamond Hands has shown a little bit more versatility in the draft and in their playstyles. Last game we had a very defensive composition where they were scaling for level 20. The game before that they were very CC dependent and they were still a little bit slower with the Stukov versus the Uther, but they're just showing a lot of restraint and a lot of patience on the side of Diamond Hands, whereas Chili Mountain feeling maybe a little bit out of steam after their close first series they had today that went the distance.
That is very true. Let's go ahead and talk about where we're going to, and I also want to get Grubby's thoughts as well, but we'll be able to elaborate further on those because Diamond Hands will be taking us to Battlefield of Eternity here, Grubby. This will be first pick priority chosen by Chili Mountain, the losing side. Same kind of question to you. Thoughts on the series, the map, or maps that we've had already?
I think it's interesting that after 2 maps were lost for Chili Mountain, they are still giving away a map pick when it all comes down to it. And you know, honestly, you're gonna have to work through 3 anyway, so you might as well get another first pick if that's what you like to get on any map. And then, you know, the final 2 maps is whatever. Maybe they're just equally comfortable on every map, but it's gonna be Battlefield of Eternity. Diamond Hands, yeah, they pretty much had Leoric 1v5. I agree with what Justin analyzed at the end of that game number 2. He did a lot. Ultralis did great on Maiev. Deckard felt like a bit of a weak spot, not due to the lack of his having cleanse, but just because he became a focus target often.
Yeah, because Deckard Cain did become like there'd be like one kill, like a Hogger would go down, and then it was all focus the old man, like a poor old guy. But we are gearing up for that Battlefield of Eternity map, so we will see a bit of a different draft from both these teams, as it is a very micro-intensive map, and I am super excited to cook up a draft here, Justing, for Battlefield of Eternity. My gut tells me Diamond Hands can do it here, but I've seen Chili Mountain in these moments. I mentioned it in the last series. I've been watching them for quite some time. This is a team that in this kind of situation, they thrive. Chili Mountain thrives with this kind of pressure applied to them in a do-or-die series, or actually a do-or-die map like Battlefield.
Yeah, and Diamond Hands doesn't have a roster of all you know, players who have been around for a super mega long time. Like, we have players that have been in the amateur scene, but we don't have any just super long-standing veterans that are going to be just stoic rocks going into this situation where there's almost as much pressure being up 2-0 in the series in this game 3 as there is being down 0-2 in the series, because the pressure to close it out is still pressure. There's still going to be nerves on the line for Diamond Hands. And I love getting to these situations where, you know, there's just so much pressure. It's almost comes down to just who can think the clearest, who can see through the fog of their emotions and make the best decisions. It's definitely exciting when it comes down to your tournament life's on the line and someone's up or down, in the series like this. It could go either way. This is where the reverse sweep would have to happen.
It's probably more fun for us as we don't have anything on the line in a sense. Like we do, I think we all care a little bit on maybe which team makes it through, but I think there's a lot more people at home who are just screaming at their TV about which heroes to draft and how you shouldn't go Fan of Knives Maev, or how you shouldn't go Glass Cannon Li Ming, or whatever Twitch chat likes to argue about nonsensically. You guys have a reason to do it. It's fine. But Grubby, as a lover of Glass Cannon Li Ming, on a map like Battlefield, do you think we could see her? Do you think there's a different priority? What are your thoughts here?
You'd be griefing if you don't. You gotta go Li Ming Glass Cannon. It's so much damage. Don't you like damage?
I love damage. It's all about my stats at the end of the day. I could have died 19 times, but if I have the highest heroic damage in the game, I've done my part, right?
You've done something.
I've done damage. That's
for good or evil, we know not.
Justin, though, I do want to get your thoughts because we got this Sylvanas kick to kick things off for Chili Mountain, something that Retzo's been playing 2 games in a row.
Yeah, Chili Mountain has used Sylvanas quite well in the previous series, and it's been denied from them by Diamond Hands up until now. Chili Mountain gonna get Sylvanas for the first time, and now we have a big shakeup in the draft with the Urel and the Stukov coming out for Diamond Hands. They definitely have a good setup for a double support with an Uther. I wouldn't be surprised to see Chili Mountain either pick or ban it. I would be more expecting a ban on it, because when they did pick the Uther for themselves as solo support, it didn't go so well for Chili Mountain. But there's already 3 support bans, so the expectation is at least for Chili Mountain to take one now. No, they don't. So Chili Mountain might end up getting very choked out of supports, especially if Diamond Hands either pick bans the Uther for themselves and bans away most likely picks the Uther for themselves if it's available and bans away another support. Chili Mountain gonna have to dig deep into the support pool.
I do like the idea, if it is in the realm, Grubby, of a support ban. I like the idea of Deckard Cain getting banned away. I do think, even though Chili Mountain lost, Banana had some really good Deckards.
Could be Karazim ban as well. Very much on theme for this map. Yeah, Chili Mountain drafting the same way again. Could be Deckard, could be Karazim. Maybe Diamond Hands thought about both of those and decided they could not make a choice. They've gone ahead and removed Sergeant Hammer. Now, will the Uther ban come out here? I feel like Justin probably expects it. I feel like it should come out here as well, the Uther ban.
Could be an Uther ban. Chili Mountain could let it through and do what Justin's talked about in the past, which is go for a Mephisto into the double support and try and shred through that. So Joanna to be banned away, so Caesar Salad not going to be able to get on that comfort. But things like Diablo, Garrosh, Arthas, of course, an amazing tank who doesn't need buffs at all, could be picked up as well. But it's, ooh, there it is, Justin. Prophetic as always.
We'll see if the Mephisto comes out for Chili Mountain. If the Mephisto comes out, then they have a chance. If not, I'm gonna call for a Diamond Hands victory.
Wow.
Diamond Hands kind of has the Exodia comp right now for double support. The only thing is that they did not ban the Mephisto, so it's a bit greedy to show it this early. But I guess the way that they're looking at it is potentially they can flex the Uther, and the Uther can either be the main tank or another role, and they can still pick a tank if they want. They can still be flexible with their last pick here with what they have. They don't necessarily need an actual tank with what they have. They can flex the Uther. It's a Zarya. So almost a triple support, like a pseudo triple support composition coming out from Diamond Hands. Against what Chili Mountain has drafted, not amazing. It's not specifically designed to counter Chili Mountain's draft. This is just more a Diamond Hands special right now. You do have the Zarya shields, which are quite good into Li Ming. There is enough sustained damage on the side of Chili Mountain to actually fight back, so it's not like the last game where they had a solo ranged Hanzo and then they would be really suffering into this double support. They at least have double range to be able to fight back. But we have the Hogger and Muradin that are going to be trying to struggle to get any kind of CC onto the Vala on the front line, which Vala's going to be a little bit too slippery for that. You'll have the Zarya with the cleansing shields eventually, and the Uther to provide protection as well. I don't see Diamond Hands losing this, losing any fights really to Chili Mountain. Chili Mountain is going to have to play the map and play to just have better poke, as that is their main advantage, having the Li Ming, having Muradin, Masquerade playing it, likely going the Stormbolt talent, and they'll have Ana for the anti-heal at least, but that's pretty much their only response to this double support, and I don't feel that that will be enough.
Well, we had a player DC really quickly, but they're already back into the lobby, so we will be getting underway here in just a second. Let me hit my ready button so that way I can get going in this game. And Justin, I see the Zarya. I mean, it's the Rutso special. It's something that it's to be feared. Like, I've talked about how Masquerade's one of the few Tyrael players, Bad Benny nowadays too, because we've been seeing more play from him, but in the past, Masquerade was one of the few Tyrael players where I was like, I am convinced that this is going to be a good Tyrael play. Rutso, Zarya, it's the same camp for me, and the hyper carry with the Vala Grubby, I think this could be massive for the side of Diamond Hands. I do think that there are some really cool factors, though, on the side of the Chili Mountain draft.
Yeah, especially the Ana. Trying to prevent mass heals and self-sustains with Biotic Grenade can be just the way to go, but because of the Uther armor and the Zarya shield, it's not quite like you're going triple heal Lily, Stukov, and Alex Strasa. There are other forms of protection than just sheer healing, and they're called shielding and armor. So that's interesting. And there's also kind of the what this guy, when he was playing competitively, liked to do with Yrel, where Yrel also kind of became a support hero.
Yeah.
With the Light of Karabor, what's it called? Vindication at level 13? The
Yes.
damage
I do believe you're
reduction
right.
of enemies.
I don't know what it's called. I just know it's really OP and that it works. If they don't have percent damage, you can just reduce their damage permanently. And also, I don't expect to see it, but Yrel with double support does have the option to go the arena, the 50 armor thingy. I haven't seen anyone else take it, so I don't expect it. But with double support, it's really nuts. So I love Diamond Hands comp. I think they should be able to take it.
I like it as well, and we got the teams. Let's introduce them. Rutso on the Zarya, Hebi on the Stukov, Nintori on the Yrel. Yeah, boy on the Vala, and Caesar South to play the Uther. Over on the right-hand side, looking to get their brooms out and start a potential reverse sweep, Chili Mountain, Banana on the Ana, Skoog on the Hogger, Masquerade on the Muradin, Make on the Sylvanas, and Ultralisk on the Li Ming. Hey, we got that Li Ming. We'll see if she goes Glass Cannon, the proper talent, of course. Not a grief talent whatsoever. I've kind of made... I think Grubby and I have kind of talked extensively about what we think is the outcome. I think Justin bluntly said what he thinks the outcome is. So, of course, Grubby, any fun facts that you want to share with us about Battlefield of Eternity, or just any facts at all? And now I put you on the spot.
Came out as one of 2 maps in a Diablo-themed event. Such a fun fact.
Thank you. Also...
You kind of...
Yeah?
Caught me off guard there. Yeah, boy, let's see if the double support... Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
And he has auto attack talent!
Yeah, that's not the first death you want. Like, I feel like anyone else is okay. Creed of the Hunter, you don't want to lose 5%. Not even a minute in. Not even a minute in the game. Into the game, Vala has 20% bonus attack speed rather than the 25. Caesar Sal getting scouted out by Ultralisk right there.
Yeah, and you know, most people will play Vala here with Q build, right?
I would, yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you can do things by yourself, and it makes sense in Storm League. You never know what you're going to get as allies. But if you have triple support, you gotta go with the auto attack. That gives you lots of vaults, it gives you lots of crit damage, it gives you a reason for the triple support to keep you alive, even though they failed once, apparently. But that was a good rotation from Chili Mountain. It is expected when Li Ming shows bot and whatnot to start the slow siege with the missiles, and they just kind of snuck their way top lane, went for the 4v3.
Banana looking for the sleep dart, won't connect onto Yeah Boy this time. Hebi, Rutso looking to step in. Masquerade lands the Stormbolt onto the Zarya as we have Hebi taking a lot of damage, but Ana will go down to the Vala. A little bit of a revenge right there, but did Hebi step too far forward? Hunting away from the Sylvanas will not be triggered, and Hebi and crew are A-OK in top lane. Yrel is fighting against a Li Ming in bottom lane, and I think mostly Yrel is focusing onto the wave clears. The siege continues through top lane in favor of Diamond Hands, getting a 4-4 gate. That's going to be a stun. That's going to be a kill onto Hogger. Great execution from Diamond Hands. Double kill in the top lane.
Yeah, great job by Diamond Hands. They got the double kill. There was a lot of hearthstoning by people after Vala died, and then Vala wanted to hearthstone after Ana died. It's interesting how they didn't go through with it in the end, because I saw that little circle around them.
Nintori has physical armor from Dauntless and Masquerade Ultralisk. Can they find the angle and the damage? Nintori playing with the gate to protect himself. That's cool little tech right there.
I find even his Hearthstone position now quite daring indeed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's terrifying to me.
In Storm League, 100% out of 10 times would Li Ming be trying to shoot again.
Oh, yeah. There's a different level of thirstiness in Storm League. Stun onto Masquerade, who steps into the bush. And we have a bottom lane camp already pushing up Urel's, or the camp timing from Diamond Hand's really good. Sylvanas trying to amplify the siege in top, but Rutso and crew, they see this, they're able to clear it out, but that does give Chili Mountain the opportunity to start racing this Immortal down.
It's funny how people still put a lot of effort in defending that Bruiser camp. For a while, the theory was that you don't really need to, because double defensive towers will hold it and kill it without dying. But I guess any kind of aggressive push with the Bruiser camp at any point, killing minion wave, kind of upsets that expectation. And you do see all the pro teams doing a defense of the Bruiser and not going full for the first race.
Well, if we're doing a pure race between the two teams, obviously Chili Mountain's going to win this, so Yeah Boy is going to come over here on the right-hand side with Notori and friends and try and find a little bit of damage. Hogger finds a nice knock into the wall. That's going to be the same Hogger at level 4 from last game. Make almost going down to the Righteous Hammer of Notori. If there was a Templar's Verdict, that could have been the damage necessary or the amplification, but still, stun from Uther. Good zoning from Diamond Hands. I still don't see a world where they win out this Immortal, but maybe they can prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's just too easy for even Biotic Grenade to finish this off eventually, and Li Ming. But still, I think they closed about 4,000 points of health in the gap.
Wow, Caesar Salad gets dropped very quickly in HP. Hogger a little chased here. Staggering blow, or excuse me. Hogger's able to knock back enemies as Make gets the Haunting Wave out. Notori gets in the back line.
Damn.
Reminds me of Liam. I'm killing them all. I'm killing them all. What are you guys doing?
That was on this map with Liam's incredible Urel.
Yeah.
We're gonna see more of him in a month, but
I can't wait.
Now you have Diamond Hands. They had Zarya survive with Uther Armor Trade, and then he was part of what killed Sylvanas with those what's it called, the grenades that he does, the projectiles, particle grenades.
Yes.
He shot them after with the shield that he gained from the damage he absorbed. He was able to counterattack pretty big.
Urel is picking up quite a few important talents, specifically the Hand of Freedom at level 4, which would be great for allies as well. Biotic Grenade comes out, and it's on to Heavy, but he still gets the healing pathogen spread around to his allies. Also has that reactive Ballista Spores from level 1. We are going to see the trait at 4 and 7 as well. And we'll see if he maybe goes into the Virulent Reaction at level 13, or if he's going to go for something different. And I'm just skimming through talents. Just going to note the Sylvanas went into Possession at level 4 for some extra push potential, stealing away enemy minions.
Can be quite nice. Also to come back from early deficits if the opponents get catapults. 3 charges actually captures a catapult. Yeah, it does say that in the tooltip as well. I was going to say even though it doesn't say so, but it does. Merdin's jump gets interrupted. There's Skog and Banana Age with the peel.
Bounce.
It's going to spin away.
Skog is fine on the bounce right there. A little bit of an experience advantage over to the side of Diamond Hands, who, at the rate they're going, should hit level 10. And Notori's far out, but I think... unless... Yeah... That's a very good pickup. I was like, oh, Notori, you know, it's Urel. She's got ways to... Nope, I guess she's dead. But...
Yeah.
In top lane, a little bit of a fort goes down to Yeah Boy and crew.
So standing in the middle of a Stukov silencing arm, no problemo. Stukov doesn't have the arm that eventually disappears and that grows and stuff. He has reactive Ballista Spores and then has gone for the full trait build, so he can keep that arm up as long as he wants to. So Rutso could be showering in that thing.
Showering in the silence.
Yeah, showering in the silencing arm, just getting washed from every angle, let's say.
Masquerade lands a Stormbolt on a Rutso, who pops the self-barrier. There's a Nano onto Ultralisk, who gets knocked into the wall. Ultralisk
God!
Gets like 1% value of that Nano. Barely anything done from that. Now another Righteous Hammer. That's a Shockwave targeting onto the Vala, who is going to be cleansed. The spin doesn't get the angle, and that is a double kill in favor for Diamond Hands, who are looking to now step in and grab objective as Vala has her hatred up and gets those autos in. But this is the first phase of the Immortal, as it will swap sides. Urel goes to top to go clear out the camp. Sylvanas sees that and says, okay, maybe we can make something happen in a 4v4.
Yeah, I think that Nano Li Ming, normally that would have got a kill, because he knew that Vala was standing there, and he did his full combo, and he brought Vala from like what, 80%, 90% to 0 if it weren't for the Zarya shields. So how often do you practice against Zarya, Uther, Stukov, Vala? And if he had got the kill, he could have teleported out. Instead, he didn't get it. Vala was with shield at like 10-20% and was able to just like, yeah boy literally didn't move. He just stood there and shot back at Li Ming and got the kill.
Oh, I thought Make was gonna get hit with the spin from the Immortal right there as Alarian's dealing 642 standard damage, 1,284 into structures. He's gonna move into melee range, losing that shield. Caesar Salad coming in to help over here. Yeah, boy, getting pushed back. 90 stacks and rising on that auto attack level 1 talent. Did die once, so only at 20% bonus attack speed. Lurking Arm onto Masquerade. There's a Righteous Hammer and Expulsion Zone. Masquerade is gonna get saved by the Righteous Hammer. He should be able to Dwarf Toss away. Righteous Hammer actually pushing Masquerade out of the Rain of Vengeance, but looks like Diamond Hands, they say, you know what, let's not push anymore. Oh no, miscommunication? No, Diamond Hands is able to still make this happen.
3 pushing, 2 chasing Murden, and all coming to naught. Oh my god, that's 6 cents dodge.
Good play from Diamond Hands, a good kind of disengage and safety from Chili Mountain as the Immortal ends, taking down the fort through bottom. That's the second Immortal of the game, first one for the side of Diamond Hands.
And let's see, how does Chili Mountain get back into this? They're facing a pretty difficult composition to go up against. I do think Sylvanas and Ana are some of the best you could possibly have into this. Both Wailing Arrow as well as... What was that?
Maybe it was a check on the camp because only Li Ming was showing on map, so maybe it was the assumption that the enemy's here, so use Expulsion Zone as a safety tool because it's a low cooldown, 40 seconds.
Yeah,
45.
I think he thought if they're taking it, they would be finishing now, so he just took a chance, right?
I like that play. Murden goes in with the Dwarf Toss. That's going to be a stun from Uther, a Rain of Vengeance from Vala, Lurking Arm, and Ana is dead.
Damn.
She can't even get nano value. 26 seconds on her. Hogger gets a bad bounce, goes for the Shockwave, but gets pushed back by Nintori. It's a double kill for the members of Diamond Hands, who are going to pull ahead in experience with 13 talent to your advantage. A solid level lead, 7-2 in kills, and Immortal spawning here in 15 seconds.
Yeah, this is feeling very strong, like the most lopsided we've seen in early game between these two teams so far. This special pocket tactic by Diamond Hands. The team that loves double support the most, I would say, in the league. You know, triple supporting. And that's a dirty deletion on Muradin. Damn. Diamond Hands. I feel like we're looking at the 3-0 here. That's the point we're at right now.
Cast a Cursed right there. We're going to a map number 4. Guaranteed. You heard it here first. Nano onto Ultralisk, but Nintori just sidesteps some of the damage. The staggering blow doesn't really work out. Nintori's low, but Banana should go down to Yeah Boy, who's able to get some good autos in there. Hogger trying to back away. The Immortal phase looking good to Diamond Hands. Could be the second Immortal to this team. Third one overall in the game as Sylvanas gets the Haunting Wave to disengage. Ultralisk drop to 50%. Nintori goes in to interrupt the Hearth. Ultralisk, woo-wee, is going to get smacked by a hammer.
That felt almost like an intentional
I agree.
death. But maybe
It felt weird.
it might have been a bait, but I feel like he overdid the bait if it was.
He put too much bait on the hook this time. There was no room for the worm to actually hook onto the hook, but Make is gonna get chased here. Should be one more auto to get the kill. Hungering? Good healing dart from Banana.
Yeah.
Where is Masquerade going? Okay,
I think now I think we have confirmation. We're always on the side of caution, but I think we have confirmation, and you know, it's been a long day for them. They are losing. They can see the writing on the wall. They're down 0-2.
Yeah,
and this looks like, I mean, we're not perfect too, you know, so.
I'm just not a fan of that. But either way, it doesn't matter what I think. I'm going to continue to cast the games as we are going to have Ultralisk getting chunked right here. Nano won't work out, and it is going to be the Immortal in the top lane, dealing significant damage with full shield and everything. It is going to be 1,492 damage into structures from the Immortal. And let's see how much they get with this. Is it going to be keep, core, or is it going to be core and... Oh my god, is it keep and core, or is it going to be just the keep? Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's keep poor and their lunch money. That's what it looks like right now. But let's focus on what happened. Diamond Hands got the deserved victory, the 3-0 victory. A good draft here, good solid play as well, and lots of back and forth. Tomb of the Spider Queen was the epitome of this game, and with that, the camel's straw back was broken. Something. I think there were words in there that were part of a metaphor.
Yeah.
Diamond Hands, the deserved victor here. Very congratulations to them. They were at the top of the ladder. They were able to beat the challenger that came up. Very enjoyable ladder gauntlet phase is concluded with Diamond Hands, your victor.
GG's 19-3 in kills. Diamond Hands will solidify their spot in the top 4 with Oxygen 30K and Wildheart Esports. So we'll see Diamond Hands go up against, well, not all of them, but we'll be seeing a double elimination bracket happening in August. But until then, for Justin, I'm very sorry to tell you this news, but until then, you are going to be breaking down HeroesCCL from now until then. So I'm sorry, Justin, this is your life now. Begin.
All right. Here I go. So this is what happens. If anyone's familiar, I don't know exactly, so I can't spoil, but I'm pretty sure that in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, if you assemble Exodia, you just automatically win the game for free. That's pretty much what happened here with the Diamond Hands draft. They assembled their Exodia composition, and as we saw, Chili Mountain was unable to defeat them. You could tell the sadness and the desperation after a couple failed fights happened, and they realized that maybe Diamond Hands is actually just kind of invincible. It sort of felt that way. I had called it in the draft that it was a massive draft difference. Diamond Hands composition, getting the Uther Stukov, getting the Vala alongside it with the Urel, they pretty much have the perfect double support composition. Normally the Zarya wouldn't really work there, but with an Uther, it's allowed to work because Uther is sort of not only a support that saves people, but also the placeholder for your tank. So it kind of just does everything, even though it's super weird. It's a very, like, this is pretty much the only double support composition where the Vala, or where the Zarya can be that 5th pick and have it be good, is because they have the Uther and the Stukov. Typically you would need something else that's a little bit tankier, or you would need something like a Sonya in place of the Zarya. But here we see it work out, and Chili Mountain would need to be perfect with their execution in order to get perfect chain CC combos, the one-shot against the Zarya shields, against the Uther healing, against the Stukov healing. And today, Chili Mountain, unfortunately in Game 3, found out just what double support can do. They didn't pick the Mephisto, they had the opportunity, and they got punished for it severely by the side of Diamond Hands. Yeah Boy on the Vala, just popping off, doing basically whatever he wants with all the support behind him. And on this map, one of the strategies, you can either go for poke or you can go for all-in. This is a game where Diamond Hands just commits fully to the all-in composition. You have Banana on the Ana being ran down and just deleted, and Hogger in this type of composition has really nothing to do. He's very combo based, like most of the Chili Mountain drafts have been today. But unfortunately, if your coordination isn't perfect against the double support, you miss one ability, one skill shot on the target that you're going for, you don't get the healing grenade out in time, you just lose the game to the double support slowly, to the Vala, the sustained damage. It's just unwinnable at that point. So execution out there for Chili Mountain, but Diamond Hands, well deserving to be able to take this in the 3-0, be able to qualify with the top 4. And it's cool for them that their upset that they had in the final week of play did pay off for them, as they did get that higher standing in the gauntlet. That moved them up, I believe, 2 whole places in the gauntlet, and it's good for them that did pay off, because that was a stretch to get the 3-0 they needed in the last week, and now Diamond Hands is the team coming into this with a ton of momentum with the back-to-back 3-0s. Diamond Hands looking like a real contender coming into the top 4.
It's exciting. I gotta say, it's really exciting to see what I'm really excited to see what Diamond Hands can do in the future. I feel like they've scaled up as a team throughout the season extremely well, and they've become a powerhouse. And I'm really happy to see them in the top 4 spot. I think it's well deserved from a team that really did execute well and gave it all of their all in this best of 5 series. But we're not done, of course, just yet, because it's everyone's favorite segment of the day. It is Justin's Animal Facts of the Day, brought to you in part by Heroes of the Storm. Justin, take it away. What's the animal facts of the day? Or do I have
Kiwi birds are blind, so they hunt by smell. And so we'll go ahead and get right into this game on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So we've got this close moment where both teams have enough gems to turn in. It's 23-23, and both teams are just fishing for a fight. Masquerade gets the engage onto Heavy, but immediately you have the Falling Sword come out from Caesar Salad that saves him. The Hog Wild into the backline just allows Hogger to get deleted by the peel, everyone peeling for each other, and now they're up 2 kills to 0, but Rutso gets picked off by Ultralisk. They're not done yet, even though they were in a 3v5, they re-engage, and now Diamond Hands, it's a race to turn in between Ultralisk on the on the Maiev and Nintori. Chili Mountain gets the turn in, but they're down 4v5, so Diamond Hands looking to flex their 5v4 advantage. Ultralisk having nothing of that. He goes into the brush here, he sees them pumped up. If it's not for the Spalling Sword, it would likely be a double kill onto Yaboy on the Falstad as well. The Unstoppable from Caesar Salad, very good. And just a really back and forth moment where teams trading kills, teams trading objectives, where it was a literal race to get the turn in. And even when they're down, they're not completely out. So it's cool to see them be so neck and neck in that game too, and especially in that fight.
Some really good moments from today's games, and it was really, really exciting as well. I do believe we have an updated ladder bracket for all of you in just a moment here, so we'll be able to kind of update everyone as to what happened throughout all of our gauntlet brackets, so we can take a look at that and break everything down from this weekend. Grubby, I'm going to throw it over to you for this one, bud.
Simplicity on the last rank were able to upset their expectations. They were rank 8, but they were able to go up to rank 7 by beating Granite Gaming. Storm Esports did what was expected and beat Simplicity, but fell very closely to Chili Mountain, our most exciting series this weekend. It really could have gone anyway, and if anyone would be gutted, I would imagine it's Storm Esports. Chili Mountain was able to win that one, a grueling match, and maybe weaken them for this match against Diamond Hands. But even despite that, the last playday, like you just mentioned, Diamond Hands was up against Chili Mountain, and they also won that 3-0. So if there was any doubt to who was going to be the deserving winner of that, Diamond Hands with a 6-0 against Chili Mountain in the last couple of weeks, yeah. I think there is no doubt at all. And they are our deserving 4th team to go into the top 4 bracket, where we will have the double elimination playoffs.
No,
it's double elim, right?
Yeah, it's double elimination.
Single lim.
And we can take a look at that actually right now. I believe we have that bracket ready to go. This is going to be the upper bracket. We do have the lower bracket as well. So this is, for anyone wondering, this is a double elimination bracket. So the example of how this works, 30K will play against Diamond Hands. If Diamond Hands beats 30K, 30K drops to the lower bracket. Oxygen versus Wildheart Esports. Let's say Oxygen drops to Wildheart. So then we'll have Wildheart versus Diamond Hands in the upper bracket finals, and then in the lower bracket, that's when we start to really get into that very fun run, and we'll be going through a lot of those games. Finally, to note that TBD, that final series all the way to the right-hand side, that is a weighted best of 7. What does that mean? Well, let's say Diamond Hands, they make it through the top bracket. They don't drop down to the lower bracket at all. They win both of their best of 5s. They will be in the best of 7 grand finals with a weighted advantage, as they did not drop into the lower brackets. So they would be going into the game with a 1-game advantage in a best of 7 series. We've done this for every season. It's nothing new, but I just want to make sure I explain that factor for anyone that might be wondering what the setup is. So it's all best of 5s on the playoff bracket, with the grand finals being a weighted best of 7. Justin, really exciting stuff for this playoff bracket. Excited to see what will happen, I believe, August 5th through 7th still.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. I think that double elimination brackets like this are just the best. It's really tragic when the format's not like this. I think it's just the best format, because technically you could lose to the team that wins the whole thing, and you could get knocked out early in a single elimination bracket. So you could get placed maybe 4th, and you wouldn't know that you were actually the second best team, because you just got beat twice or you just lost to the first place team. So I really like a format like this, where you know for sure who the first and second best teams are, because of the double elimination, because you do get that second chance in to face a different team to get to the finals. So I love the formula for it. I think it's the best setup, and we'll be able to see the first match on Friday, August 5th. 30K going up against Diamond Hands, the Titan of the CCL this season, and 30K going against Diamond Hands, the creature coming out of the gauntlet, and Oxygen against Wildheart as the second match. And then these matches will decide who goes into our lower bracket.
Exciting stuff on August 5th, and we'll have those 2 best of 5s for all of you here on HeroesCCL. At the normal start time, from my understanding. We did have a later start time this weekend. That was actually something that was communicated with the players and the organizations to kind of to delay the stream by 1 hour. So even though, yes, it is like nearly 3 a.m. in EU, this is not something like we sprung it on the players. Like, it was like a conversation that happened leading into this week. So it is one of those things that if people are wondering, like, no, it's everyone knew about it. It's not something new to anyone. Well, maybe to all of you, as it did pop up on Saturday, but that that doesn't matter. What matters is everyone's closing thoughts on the Gauntlet weekend. Grubby, I want to start with you, my friend. Closing thoughts on today's games, the Gauntlet itself, or what you maybe look forward to in the playoff bracket.
That third match game between Chile Mountain and Storm Esports was so freaking good. I feel like we had so fun games today in particular. Yesterday was also fun, a little bit less close, but today was just incredible. I think we also reached our viewership peak across our two channels of the entire season so far, something like 4,500 people, so that's awesome as well. So many people enjoyed some awesome HoTS today, and I love doing this show with the two of you again. So a great success. Those final antics on the side, I think that didn't define today at all. The game was over already. It shows how to end it, and it's like really whatever. But really, I'm celebrating some great games today, and I'm looking forward to the playoffs.
Me too. I think Grubby, you really summed that up very well. But of course, Justin, same question to you, my friend. Excitement, thoughts, bird facts?
Yeah, I'm just really, I'm all fresh out of bird
It's
facts,
okay, it's
unfortunately. But I'm just really excited to see how the teams are going to clash. I think the top four is definitely the most exciting part. The Gauntlet's exciting, but the finals are really where all of the excitement and hype should be. Having the ability to prep for the games ahead of time is going to make the drafts really interesting. We could potentially see some really crazy cheese strategies come out, which I'm always here for it. And just the different styles that teams can have. You're going to have time to prepare, and who knows, maybe we'll get a Cinderella story like we had with Simplicity in the first seasons, where you have a team just rise up like Diamond Hands has now from the Gauntlet, and comes in and takes everything. It all comes down to the way they prepare. And it's just really exciting when the teams get a lot of time to prepare and they know who they're going against. The first matchups will be super exciting.
It's going to be an exciting weekend, August 5th through 7th on that double elimination bracket. Grubby kind of took the words out of my mouth. I just love casting with you guys. I like casting Heroes of Storm. Like, yeah, sometimes matches seem a little one-sided or things just kind of end abruptly. But overall, I had a blast casting all these games. I had a really fun time with you two, as well as, chatting with everyone at home through Twitch chat and all that other stuff. So thank you all so much for watching HeroesCCL. As you can see at the bottom of your screen, we'll be back August 5th at 11 a.m. PDT, 2 o'clock EDT, and 20 CEST. That's our normal start time, and that'll be on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's 3 days of Heroes of the Storm action for our double elimination bracket, so you do not want to miss it. Mark your calendars, set an alarm, all that good stuff as well. But of course, from Grubby, Justin, myself, the production crew, and everyone at home, we thank you all so much for watching HeroesCCL. We appreciate all the donations towards the prize pool and for your love, support, and, well, all the love you give to this community and this game. We'll see you August 5th through 7th, and until then, stay safe, drink a glass of water, and we'll see you in the Nexus. Good night.